Alright, we're good. It's Saturday morning, guys. Good morning, how are you doing? And the second day of the Warcraft Iron Man Challenge. It's, people are sleeping here, so let me close my door one sec. Sorry. Sorry. Alright, there we go. That way we can talk without me having to whisper. But Progressive Keithy, Conspiracy Jordan, Vape, good morning, welcome. Thank you for chiming in first thing in the morning. So with that being said, let's go ahead and knock out the rules. That way, for those who are watching this post stream, we can knock those out. Vape Nerd, thank you for the subscription. Good morning once again. How are you doing? So with the Iron Man Challenge, we're going to pull up those rules real quick. That way we can run through them in a little bit more detail than what's listed, just so for those who are watching this post stream can see that. So number one, there's no dying. There's no gear above white quality. You can wear grays. You can have gear enchants. Or sorry, you cannot have gear enchants. No talents, no potions, no flasks, no elixirs. We can have Hellstones as warlocks, but no other class. No joining groups raids, no killing dungeon or raid bosses, no food buff. There's a little bit of catch to that, but I'll let whoever's interested read that in the description. But there's no XP boosting activities such as your recruiter friend, your monk ratio, your XP potions. There's no pet battle leveling, no battlegrounds, no arenas, no bodyguards, and no professions except for first aid. So with that out the way. Alright, so for those who are new to the channel, or maybe new to Iron Man itself, this month we are doing a fundraising campaign for Friends for Impact. All the links are in the description. But what those guys do is they research brain tumors in children. We're going to be doing this throughout the whole month of September. So from September 1st to 30th, anyone can join the Warlock Iron Man race, whether you stream or not. And it's just a two-way competition. One, it's the lowest played time to level 60, and then the second part of it is the highest level at the end of the month, being September 30th. So, and in all honesty, we're just doing it to have a lot of fun, bring a little bit of awareness for Friends for Impact, and maybe get them a little bit of a spotlight to give them some research funds. But Jacob says, "Hello, my friend. Good morning, Jacob. How are you?" Conspiracy says, "Is it really dark outside for you, Kyun?" It is actually. I try to get up before the sun comes up, so that's just my daily routine. But the purple box on your left, those are all of the challengers thus far. There's about 5 more who haven't quite registered yet, so like I said, you don't have to stream or anything like that to be a part of it, but I do try to keep track of everyone and just kind of make this a community event, and then every morning we'll post updates and just kind of keep up with each other's progress. We have had deaths. It's only been one day and we've had 4 deaths. So, but we have someone. I don't know if this person's in my stream or not, or if he's mostly associated with you, Keithy. But Melee Pale, if that's how you say his name. Melee Pally? I don't know. But he's level 34, so that is absolutely insane. Congrats to that guy. He's moving through here pretty fast, so we're going to try to catch up with him today. I don't know if we'll make it. Today will be a 3-hour stream. So with that, let's go ahead and get right into this. See, Jacob says, "What time is it?" It is 6 a.m. in the morning. And let's go ahead and head into the world here. So for you guys who are quote-unquote warlock experts, I'm doing affliction for now. We're gonna give affliction a shot. But should I have a voidwalker or should I have an imp? Because for most of these guys aren't hitting too hard, but at the same time, if I get in a situation where I need tanking a pet, I don't know if I should have it out or if I should just run with the imp. So you guys kind of tell me how to play. This is my first time playing a warlock since the Burning Crusade, and I'm kind of familiar with the zone, but this is definitely the first time since Burning Crusade doing a warlock. So Jacobs. Let's see. Conspiracy says North Carolina. Not quite conspiracy. We just say the southern region of the U.S. So, but yes, it is 6 a.m. special server time. No, 5 a.m. server time. 6 local time. Soup says Voidwalker. Thank you, Soup. Charles says Iron Man. Stick with Voidwalker. Thank you, Charles. Good morning, guys. By the way, I think I might have seen your name, Soup. Charles, I think I've seen. That's the first time I've seen your name. So welcome to the stream as well. Let's go ahead and get that guy out then, if that's the case. That's perfect because he'll match our little tiny Voidwalker. All right. So with that, I did go ahead and purchase the. You guys can't see it. I'll pop it up here. Bagnon still doesn't work, and neither does Z-Pro. Or Z-Pro works, but you have to go through the bugs of clicking on a friendly, a neutral, and an aggressive target, and then it's pretty much done. It doesn't quite show the health, the correct health, or the correct name yet. But Charles, thank you for the subscription, and once again, good morning, and welcome to the stream. But for the Iron Man challenge, you can only have white and gray quality gear. But you can have any quality shirt, tabard, or bag. So with that being said, while we were off stream, just to kind of streamline the gaming content, I went ahead and bought 4 Netherweave bags, which left us with 10 gold, which left us with the inability to purchase Goblin Gliders. So we're going to be doing this without Goblin Gliders for today. Jacob says, "How are you up so early?" Honestly, Jacob, it's a habit that I've had to make over the past 2 or 3 years, probably even 4 years, to be honest. All right, so we're letting all the. I'm trying to, as I go back to my questing area, click on things to make my Z-Pro bugs work themselves out. So we're gonna try to see if we can find something aggressive as we're heading south here. But Poot says, hello Poot, how you doing? Good morning, welcome to the stream. Like I said, this is the second day we're doing the Warlock Challenge, and there's been deaths already. It's been a lot of fun, so if you guys are interested in joining, you're more than welcome to do so. I've been having a blast so far. My only regret is that I can only stream it for 3 hours a day, but we'll catch back up. Maybe we take Sundays off, but we'll catch back up Monday, and maybe we'll do an extra hour Monday. Only says, so Voidwalker is usually better, though sometimes Imp is safer. What do you mean safer only? That's interesting. Voidwalker is more durable, Imp on AoE. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I could see where the Imp would be safer because it stays back with you in cast. That's a really good point, actually. Huh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because I get quite a bit of health from my my Drain Soul, so it's kind of, I don't know if I'm taking unnecessary risk if I just run around the Imp. Chance says Voidwalker to keep ads off. Alright, Chance, thank you, sir. Oh, by the way, I think I saw your name as the Jacob. Thank you for the subscription as well. Good morning, by the way. Chance, I believe I saw your subscription go in while I was offline, so thank you for that as well. Good morning. How are you doing? I'm going to go this way. Beto says, Iron Man, you're mounted. Beto, Beto, it is in the rules that you can use any mount. So those are allowed, by the way. So the link is in the description, but you can use any mount within the game. Skip, good morning, Skip. How are you doing? So there's going to be a little bit of newcomers this time around, so we'll go ahead and put those back up. The Iron Man rules are on your right, and the Warlock challengers for this month are on your left. But in short, we're looking for a rare. That's kind of why we've stopped here. But in short, Skip, you have to level from 1 to 110, only using white and gray quality gear, and you cannot die a single time. So Cody, thank you for the subscription as well. I think I know what you mean. Only I think the Voidwalker here has some sort of cleave, so that's interesting. So yeah, Cody, thank you for the description, and welcome, by the way. So we're going to take the BOE item. We can use the auction house, so we just kind of tuck that away for safety's sake. but kind of following through the rules here, you have to have a spec, because once you hit 10, you automatically are given a spec. But after that, you cannot have any sort of talents. And let's see, what else is there? No battlegrounds, no dungeons, no arenas. So it's really your bare bones leveling kind of quest. Oh, I'm passing a hunter here. So what we're doing is we're working our way south, but we're just going to kind of kill rares as we go. So I'm going to take this back down. If you guys need to see the rules, or you want to be a part of the Iron Man challenge as far as the Warlocks this September, feel free to let me know, and I'll put that back up on the screen. But Beto says they make it easier and easier. Really, the reason it's allowed, Beto, is to if they didn't make it allowed, what would happen is it would only punish those who didn't stream, or only punish those who followed the rules, should I say, if that makes any sense. So that being said, you know, if someone wasn't streaming, there's really, you could learn training, I suppose, and it would trigger that way. But honestly, the mounting aspect of it just makes it a change of speed more than anything else, not necessarily a change in difficulty, if that makes any sense. Alright, so with that, let's trying to tuck away things that are going to sell decently. Sometimes the Lady Vespera pops up over here. I don't see her at the moment, so she might not be up. Alright, that's no big deal. We'll make our way back out of here. Chance says, just started my 12-hour shift. Glad I have something enjoyable to watch. Well, thank you for being a part of this, Chance. I appreciate that. Only says, make sure to switch Voidwalker Imp near the Nesingwari camp near Stranglethorn. If you tag a neutral guard, ooh, you're gonna get one-shotted. Thank you for that. Jesus. I can see why you're saying the Imp is safer though. That's interesting. Best Warlock says, is this supposed to be a challenging challenge? They made WoW at low levels extremely unbalanced. Best Warlock, welcome to the stream. That's a new name, I believe. It is a difficult challenge, but as with all games, the lower the level, the easier it is. It starts to pick up in the later levels. So for me personally, I found that maybe the first 20 levels, depending on your starting zone, I'll say that much, depending on your starting zone, your first 20 levels aren't that bad. You start to encounter more one-shot mechanics and more dangers when you get past 20, and then you get your real wake-up call when you hit like Eastern Plague Lands and zones like that. So it's progressive, and since there's 110 levels, it gets really difficult in Legion content. Min says, morning Q, how's the Warlock going? We're doing good. How's the Hunter going? We're starting today at level 21. Trying to work our way back to the questing area we were at the other day. So that's what we are working on at the moment. Let's see. Chance, hope you have a good day at work. Yes, sir. Hope you have a decent day as you're working. Like I said, thank you for being a part of the stream. Let's see. We're going to stop by. There's some sort of ostrich-looking thing that has a decent respawn timer, but we're going to go ahead and kill that as we go. The reason we stop by, for those who are new, the reason we stop by and kill the rares as we go is we can use the auction house. You can only have white and gray quality gear, but you can have any quality bags, tabards, and shirts. Excuse me. Yeah, you know, I don't know how much I'm enjoying the Voidwalker or not. The AoE is pretty good, but it could backfire, like Only was saying. We'll see how that treats us. It could get pretty dangerous depending on where the Voidwalker is taking him off, if that makes any sense. Jim says, how does Warcraft Iron Man work compared to RuneScape? Jim's, that's going to be hard for me to explain just because I can't relate to RuneScape, but as of now, the Iron Man challenge still stands as the most difficult challenge in the game. That being said, I think out of the... I want to say there's tens of thousands of attempts. If I was looking at the statistics correctly the other day, and only 20 people are 110. So there is that to make some sort of numerical comparison as to account for the difficulty level. So there's only been one person who's made the Bloodthirsty challenge, and I think one person with the Pacifist challenge. And we have a mob here and a rare. Perfect. So we'll just kind of clear our way in that direction. Austin says, are you doing an extended stream on this holiday, Q? If not, do you have plans for the girlfriend? Yeah, actually we're definitely do 3 hours today. We might stretch to 4. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, today is pretty much, I'm going to be catching up the girlfriend with her content and getting her into Argus, and honestly getting myself into Argus for the first time. So that's going to be my plans for the day. I have quite a bit of stuff to do around the house, including fixing the mess I call my yard. But so I have to keep it down to 3 or 4 hours a day. Unfortunately, Sundays we normally take off, and then Monday we might do another 4 hours maybe. I'm going to go ahead and summon. We call all of our pets Sam just for the sake of keeping it simple, because I call all, oops, before I kill these guys, just because I've had Sam as my hunter pet for so long, so we'll call the Voidwalker the Imp. We call all of our pets Sam, just so everyone has a frame of reference there. Only says, I've been using most of Voidwalker, just have to anticipate what AoE can do. Yeah, and I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Only, are you doing the Warlock race as well, or are you kind of just doing your own thing at the moment? Right, we need 7 more of these guys. And then Sean says, hey Kuhn, how are you doing? Good morning, Sean. Welcome back. We're doing pretty good. We like I said, we're just starting really. I had to purchase bags earlier this morning, and we're now just getting back to where we were leveling yesterday. So we're doing pretty good. Haven't had any, outside of Gioneus, we haven't had too many close calls. So Austin says, I got off work for the holiday doing shrimp and steak on the grill. Very nice. Can't wait for Monday. Yeah, I have we have a family get together on Sunday for us, and then another one Monday. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit busy for this weekend as well. But yeah, thankfully I have a little bit of free time this morning, and I would like to get into Stone Talon Mountains. I don't think it's going to be too hard to do so, but I think I'd like to at least get there. The lady says, currently farming Zendikar Warbringers, killed about 8 so far, no mount. Oh man, yeah, Lazy, I feel bad for you just because, you know, the older content is merged in the sense that it has cross realms now. So those things are much harder to come by. I was lucky enough to farm it during the, while the content was current. So I did manage to get all 3 of those mounts, but as of now, no, I would not want to farm those things again, so good luck with that, man. Alright, we need 1 more of these rock guys. Chant says, when you're out in the open with the Voidwalker, we're most likely the best, or in a condensed area with multiple red mobs, but an SCV imp might prevail. Yeah, Chance, I think I'm going to follow you and Only's advice, just because I'm not familiar with the Warlock, so I didn't know the Voidwalker had that massive AoE like that. I'm going to try to get this last guy right here. Actually, we'll grab this one just because we have to run out in this direction. Only says, let's see, my name on WoW Challenge forums is, oh, okay, so that's you. It says, got the Gnome Road to 100 Daring Legion, took 5 tries, did it really? So, Only, is your character the melee Pele? Or if I'm saying that right? The lock that's 34? Because there's someone who's blasting through this, and I wasn't sure who that was. Is that you? Let's see, talk to Malfurion Stormrage. Alright, so we'll do that, but we're going to knock out this other quest real quick. But yeah, for those who are interested in joining the Iron Man Challenge, once again, you can do so at any time. You don't have to start on September 1st. It doesn't really provide too much of a benefit or detriment to start later. It's just just because the leaderboards can switch around very easily with just a handful of deaths. Our leader yesterday died, so we've already had 4 or 5 deaths, I believe so. Let me go ahead and use this item on this. Can we use it on this? Nice. It only says now 42. Really? Damn, congrats. That's awesome. Yeah, I was wondering who that was, and that makes sense that it's you, because you seem to have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this. 34 or 42. Man. This says, dang boy. I know, right? That's really good. Yeah, so that's our leader so far, is Only, who is level 42 at the moment. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and get this last guy here. See, what else do we have going on today? I think Keithy is going to stream sometime today, if I remember correctly. So, if you guys are interested in that, feel free to stop by. Faku says, so you're sticking with Affliction after all. I think so. We're going to see how well Affliction treats us, Faku. Like I said, whoops. Like I said, I kind of like the healing aspect of it. It just makes, it feels like survivability is that much better. So we're going to stick with that for the time being. Someone was saying that Demonology starts to become really powerful at level 40, where you get your Felguard or something like that. So maybe we'll give that a shot later on. Maybe by then though, I'll have kind of mastered Affliction to a certain extent. I think Affliction is pretty viable in the in-game rating, so I kind of want to learn it as I go, if that makes any sense. Conspiracy says, I'm leveling my hunter to 110 now, Q. Nice, Conspiracy. Good luck with that. Let's see. Now, Conspiracy, are you doing more of the PvP in-game, or are you kind of PvE? I don't need to focus on these guys too much, just because they are somewhat low level. So the XP we're getting from these guys is rather low. I think because we've killed so many rares, we're kind of at a higher level than we would normally be. But it's going to work itself out toward the end, where as we normally do, we'd leave this zone at say 24, 25 ish. So it's kind of all part of the nature of the zone. Let's see. Blank says it melts everything and is super safe. Yeah, I actually really like the spell, or the suspect, just because you have a little bit more versatility in dotting everything, and you don't have to stop to cast a lot except for Unstable Affliction. See, Lord says good morning, depending on where you're at. Good morning, Lord. How are you doing? How is your, we'll say morning for now. How's your morning going? Alright, so let's go ahead and put an Unstable Affliction on this guy, just so we work him down a little bit faster. Don says, what level are you? We are level 21, about halfway through. So there we go. That went a lot quicker than it normally does, so that worked out. So we have 2 quests to turn in, and 3 once we have to go back to Malfurion. Let's see. Good morning, by the way, Trey. How's your morning going, by the way? This person says PvE. Never stepped foot into a BG. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to get into the battlegrounds again, just so I can get my prestige level up to the max. I think they're saying the max level it either is 17 or it's going to be 17, so I need to put in quite a bit of work for that. Alright, so we need to head toward Malfurion and turn in these 2 quests. Faku says Affliction has the best survivability, and with the Supremacy talent, you get permanent Inferno. The only thing is we won't be able to do the talent, but I do like the damage as well as the healing that it generates, plus the versatility of having to run, or having the ability to run and apply damage and dots and whatnot. seems as close to a hunter as about I'm gonna get, I think. Alright, so with that, we have 2 quests going this direction. And you know what, just for the spirit of the Iron Man challenge, let me get a Warlocky pet. Let's see. I think it's called a Felsteed. There we go. Dreadsteed. Since we're still low level, we'll use the Felsteed. There we go. We're getting more into the what do you want to call it? The immersive aspect of it. I need to go down that way, so we'll pull this guy up. I realize I have too many. Yeah, I do too. I leveled a bunch to 110 just so I could have the daily profession. Aaron. What's Aaron? Good morning. Thank you for the subscription. How are you doing? But yeah, I have a bunch of 110s that I leveled up just for the profession, so I don't spend much more than 20 seconds a day on them. And just kind of rotate through. Alright, with that, let me catch back up. Lord Troll says, pretty good, man. I woke up to my cat jumping at stuff, and I ended up looking around and found some brown widow eggs. Really? Yeah, that's kind of serious. Jesus Christ. Did you burn your house down to get rid of them, or brown widow? Is that different from black widow, or is that just different terminology for the same thing? Let's go ahead and dot. He's evading. Damn. Alright. So we'll dot this guy up. Kind of keep an eye on our health just because he's kind of bugged out. But Arku says, have you died again? No, Arku, this is, since it's September, we are doing the Warlock race. So we'll get back to the Hunter back in, or when October 1st rolls back around. But for the month of September, we're just doing a little bit of a fundraising event for Friends for Impact. All of that's linked in the description, by the way. And myself, as well as it looks like 25 other YouTubers, or other people, should I say, are doing the Iron Man challenge on the Warlock this month. So if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to do so. Jack says, morning Kyun, morning chat. Good morning, Drax. How's your Warlock coming along? Or have you started yet? Let me work this guy down. Catch back up here. Conspiracy said, I'll blow the house up for you. And he's about to. Nice. Yeah, the spider venoms, that's tough to deal with. You have to act pretty fast to be able to negate most of the potency in a spider bite. So be careful for that. Jesus Christ. Jack says, level 9 at the moment. I've been slacking so much to do with my main. Nope, it's all good. After today's stream, I'll be working on my main for quite a bit, most of the afternoon, as time becomes available. But yeah, no, I haven't even made it to Argus yet, so that's how far behind I am. I did manage to sneak into a Mythic Plus with Queen Veru on her channel, which, if you're unfamiliar with the channel, I do recommend checking her out. She's also on Moonguard, believe it or not, but she also does Mythic Plus and a lot of other in-game content. So, and she does a lot of it with her viewers. So if you're interested in that kind of gameplay, I do recommend checking her channel out. Don says, Kyun, did you see my Discord? If I didn't respond to any more messages, no, I haven't seen any more than that. But I think we did discuss, we did talk yesterday. So, all right. So with that, Conspiracy says, well, at least it ain't the Black Widow. So, is there a difference between Black and Brown Widows? Just is it a potency difference in venom, or? I kind of thought they were the same thing, but maybe not. Alright, so with that, We're gonna work our way here, turn in the quest to this guy, and obtain the Emerald Scroll. Okay, so we just have to go through here and kill these guys until we make it to the Guardian right there. Alright, so I'm gonna have to resummon Sam here. Jack says, so what level are you aiming for today? To be honest, I would be happy if we could get to 30. I don't think we have quite the time to be able to do that today, but the other goal is just to get into Stone Talon Mountains. I think we can manage to do that. But yeah, I'd like to get to 30 if I could. Keithy says 110. Yes. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of the gameplay required. Normally for me, it takes about 24 hours to get to 60. We're talking playtime. And then for, I would say 75-ish, I think it's right about the 2-day mark. And then when we died in Pandaria, I was somewhere in the neighborhood of 3.5 days. So I would expect Legion to take near 7 days of playtime if I had to take a wild guess. Only says Iron Asa hit level 30. Oh, wow. Man, congrats. I think we have Keithy, we are tracking Iron Asa. Unless there's 2 A's in that name. Oh, do we have her as well in Discord? Her or him? Conspiracy said Black Widows are the deadliest spiders. I'm pretty sure it has more venom. But a spike can cause a lot of stuff to happen. Really? Well, I know the Black Widows are bad news, but I didn't know anything about the Brown Widows. Oh, I see. Black Widow, Brown Recluse. Either way, burning down the house is a very reasonable option if you found eggs. 100% supported. Alright, so we are... I don't see the rare at that point. We just killed her. Her spawn timer is a little bit long, so I don't expect we'll be killing her again this time in the stream. But some of the other rares have a very quick timer, so we just kind of farm them for the greens. Alright, so with that, we'll hop on the Drake. And this is kind of something to get players who are new to the game familiar with, you know, you're riding your mount and having commands to be able to kill these guys. So I'm trying to, there we go, in range of killing this portal here. So this quest essentially is pretty simple. You just try to kill stuff as quickly as possible. They don't really attack back. So bad thing is the portal, every time you try to click on these guys, 9 times out of 10 you're clicking on the portal like we did there. So it's just pretty much spamming the number 1 button. There we go. So we need to kill, how many of these things? 12? And then Lord Troll says, I hear you, the insurance should cover it. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable reason. Why did you burn down your own house? Spiders. Alright, well here's your check then. So let's go ahead and kill 2 more, I believe. We'll take care of this guy, and we'll go ahead and return back down. Progressive says, I hate spiders no matter if they're poisonous or not. Honestly, for me, spiders don't really generate that much fear, if I'm perfectly honest. Black Widows do, of course, but you know, your typical harmless, venomless spiders, they don't bother me too much just because they take care of the bugs a good bit. I cannot stand cockroaches, of all things, nor ants. Alright, so we have Health Funnel, sacrifices your maximum health to heal you, to heal your summon pet. Yeah, I don't think we'll use that. We'll put it there, but I don't want to sacrifice my health at any point. I'll just resummon the demon if I have to do anything. Alright, so with that, we're going to take off. we'll stop by this area just to see if the the ostrich looking thing is more this way, but we'll just do a quick check real quick. Lore Troll says they're not so bad to keep the bugs out. Yeah, that's kind of my my thoughts exactly. All right, so normally it's around here. I don't see it. I think we just recently killed it, so I'm not gonna spend too much time working on it. At this point in time, the rares do give us a decent amount of XP, but the more important thing is that they give us the BOE green. That way we can generate some funds and potentially purchase Goblin Gliders in the near future, because those are lifesavers. Drax says, I recently started fresh in Warcraft, deleted all my characters, and leveled one of each class on a new server. Around half was there 5 110s, and it's been so refreshing. Just a lot of work. Yeah, throughout the ages, throughout the years, the leveling in Warcraft has become easier in the sense that you have more options as far as reducing the XP needed, whether it's through BOA gear or them just reducing flat out the numbers involved. I'm gonna see if I can make this negative. Okay. Or whether them just reducing the numbers. But I would like to see them to go back and use the technology that they use in Legion and making all the zones kind of level up with you. It would be really neat to see that applied to old content. I think that would make things a lot more easier and manageable. And if they didn't want people, say, to level to 110 questing in Darkshore, they could break it up in stages. Say that this zone only levels up with you, say, up to level 60, and then same with the other expansions. Any zone in Outland would get you to level 70 or scale up to level 70. So I think there's a couple different ways they could use that technology, but I'm hoping that they do that in the next expansion. I think at that point the Iron Man challenge would be a little bit more difficult than it is now, just because you would have to take everything a little bit more serious as it is your level. And toward the end of Darkshore, there's not too much to worry about, just because, like I said, we're probably nearing the level of 24, 25, and a lot of the mobs we're fighting with are level 20, so it's not all that dangerous. We're gonna have to kill these guys. Lord Troll says, what if you're given gliders? Can you receive them from like a friend? Lord Troll, no sir. The idea is, if you can use gliders and you can use gold. It's just everything has to be generated on your character. So that's kind of the idea behind it, if that makes any sense. But it's a very, what do you want to call it, a solo based kind of challenge. So yeah, no, you don't want to have someone like a friend or even your main, send yourself gold or Goblin Gliders or bags or stuff like that. It's just everything you want to do is on the current character that you're leveling, if that makes any sense. For those who haven't done it, it sounds like a painful challenge, but it's really not. It's a lot of fun. The general gameplay is just very, very engaging. Where you would normally go through and quest for a couple hours and there's no real risk of anything. I'm gonna go ahead and summon Sam again. At this point in time, it's completely different because anything can kill you, and you just don't want to die at all for any reason. It doesn't, for the Iron Man challenge, it doesn't matter if you die due to a PvP encounter, or a faction guard one-shotting you, or even a bug in Warcraft crashing. It's just, we need to go into the lake here. A death is a death within the game, so just kind of, for those who are new, be aware of that. Let's see, Jack says, most MMOs that have come out recently use Legion's leveling system. Oh really? I played, what was it? I forget. I have it somewhere, but I want to say it might have been Elder Scrolls for a little bit, and that was back a couple years ago. So I haven't done anything outside that little half month that I played Elder Scrolls. Alright, so we're going to take the seed of earth. We need the seed of sky, and then the seed of the sea. If I can, a little bit of a tongue twister there. So usually the seed of the sky is a wisp that kind of floats around here. So one of these two will work. We'll grab this one since it's low enough. There we go. And Conspiracy says, "Hey Kyung, will you set up Nightbot soon?" As far as setting up Nightbot, what aspect of it do you think's needed? Just a honest question. Like I said, for those who are unfamiliar with the channel, it's relatively new. We've been doing this about 2 months. I haven't gone so far as setting up Nightbot. YouTube has a little bit of integrated inner workings that help out pretty well, so we haven't put up Nightbot just yet. Lower says, "Oh my lord, I use my main for cold enchants a lot when I was leveling alts." Yeah, like I said, that it's surprising how much that helps. Because when you go without it, you're just like, especially the first time, you know, you're so used to just one-shotting everything and just breezing through. But you know, once you get your first rude awakening in, say, the Eastern Plaguelands, it's you realize how close your character is to dying, even at 100% health. Alright, so with this, we need to grab this item right here. Griffin says, "What time is it where you live?" Griffin, it is 6:45 in the morning. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I might have seen your name before. If I haven't, welcome to the stream. If I have, welcome back. Ismail says, "Good morning, how are you?" Good morning, Ismail, how are you doing? We are, we started at level 21. I'm gonna just hotbar this because I keep having to res them. I try not to click on my bars as much as possible. I want to kill this guy just so he doesn't sneak up behind us. But yeah, we're doing pretty good so far this morning. Like I said, we started at 21. We're about 20% into 22, so the goal is to make it to at least Stone Town Mountains today. I would like to hit 30. I don't know how feasible that is, but we'll try. Conspiracy says, commands later on for people who gamble. Now, as far as the gambling goes, I haven't decided whether or not we should implement that. I've been closely watching other channels that use that, and from what I see, we have a very, within our community here, we have a very solid chat, I believe. Sometimes chat just, you know, by itself goes faster than I can keep up with. And from what I noticed, when you put the gambling commands and whatnot into the chat, it makes it so much more spammy and one-wordy, and it's just very hard to have an engaging chat with it. If we could maybe use that system and apply it to a, I don't know what's the equivalent to a personal whisper, maybe so, but you know, if you look at the lines within chat now, if you have, say, oh, we did have that rare. If you have, say, exclamation point gamble once or twice every other line in between the chat messages right here, it just makes it very hard to keep up with the general conversation and the general atmosphere of chat, if that makes any sense. So like I said, we might work on the details, and maybe we could put that in chat just to have another element to add entertainment, but we just want to make sure we preserve the quality of chat as it is now. I just want to make sure that it's just not hard to keep up with everyone and have all the conversation going back and forth, if that makes any sense. We need 4 more of these little earth things, but I want to kill this rare real quick. So we're going to try to do 2 mobs at a time here. I could fear that one, but I feel like that's just making a bad situation worse. Yeah, maybe the Voidwalker is a good thing, ultimately. He dies kind of fast. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Well, let's go fear that guy then. And we'll summon Sam back. Yeah, this is definitely different gameplay than the Hunter. Usually you can kind of correct your mistakes rather quickly, but with the Warlock you kind of have to even plan your corrections a little bit. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Ismo says, what realm are you playing? We're doing this challenge on Moonguard. So that is also where I'm doing the Bloodthirsty Iron Man challenge. I'm trying to condense my challenges on one realm. That way, as my characters die, I kind of send the gold to a general bank and maybe eventually purchase a WoW token with it, rather than having 500,000 gold spread across 50 servers. Conspiracy says, there's a way to make it personal, Whisper. I don't remember how to do it. Yeah, I'll have to look into it, Conspiracy. But yeah, if we want to do something like that, I'm more than happy to do so, just as long as it preserves chat the way it is. Like I said, I like to be able to engage everyone as much as possible. Jack says, I totally agree. Plus, there isn't much to get out of the gambling commands. No, not unless, you know, you're into the competitive aspect of it, and you know, it's just something fun to do while there's a little bit of dead space in between, you know, quests and content. But yeah, generally speaking, if it's not tailored down a little bit, it just makes chat very spammy, and when you go back through and you read it, it's just very one-wordish all the way through. Gummy says, oh cool, I didn't miss the stream. Well, welcome, Gummy. Good morning, how are you doing? Alright, so we need still 4 more of those little... Alright, there's 2 right there. We'll grab those. Let's see. Ismo says, yeah, I play on the Dalaran realm. I think I did an Iron Man challenge on Dalaran. I did 2 actually, because I died there at 33, so we just deleted the character, and then I turned around and died again at 74, so... It didn't treat me well. But I kind of like Dalaran. It had a good balance between being with the server population. So summon Sam once again. I would health funnel Sam, but honestly speaking, I don't see the benefit in reducing my health unless he gets a massive amount of health over a short amount of time. But it seems like it takes a good... Yeah, sacrifices 24 of your maximum health, 24%. So I'd rather just res him every time he dies. Conspiracy says you also play on Khadgar. Khadgar and Alaria. I used to play on Illidan. That was my Horde realm back at the end of Pandaria. But with the terrible launch in Warlords of Draenor, we ended up switching realms and just never going back. Shabib, let's see. Good morning, Shabib. Some idiots tried to rob my grandfather with TeamViewer. And they put a sys key on the laptop and set the password to Smelly Man. Really? So I'm assuming if you know that, you've taken care of it and he's good to go then, right? That's terrible. Only says Affliction Warlocks and their demons get huge survivability boosts at level 34. You both get a shield every time you do single. Oh, really? Awesome. That's gonna be really that's gonna be really nice, because Sam just gets absolutely destroyed. It's not too big of a deal, to be honest. Our drain health really provides a lot of healing. Whoops, I say that. So it's not too big of a deal, but I think it could get dangerous if I get in a situation where I have to kill more than 2 or 3 mobs. So we'll play it by ear. We'll at least get to level 34. That's the goal. All right, we have 1 there. Just kind of slowly grinding our way through here. Don says, do you remember Jessica? And let's see. Friends, and she's helping me with my Discord. Oh, good. I think Jessica Tankenspank, is that who you're talking about? I haven't seen her in a little while, so I'm glad she's helping you. Alright, so we're gonna have 2 here. I'm gonna see if I can blow this guy up real quick. Put a bunch of dots on him. Make use of our soul shards to some extent. Very nice. Trey says Jessica. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, tell her I said hi. I don't think I've seen her in a little while, so. Jessica, for those who aren't familiar, was doing the Iron Man challenge as well, but she accidentally got killed on the boat just because the glitchiness. And when you jump on the boats in 1,000 Needles, yeah, 1,000 Needles, it can be glitchy where your pet doesn't follow you. So just kind of be careful of that. All right, so we're still looking for. Oh, there it is. We'll grab that. Shabib said they detected his System 32 and laptop and is basically dead. Really? They also tried robbing him of $20,000. Good grief. Well, I'm glad you're able to stop that and you know, thwart it a good bit. Jesus Christ. Do you know who it is, or is it just, you know, someone on the internet and it's going to be kind of hard to track him down? Gummy says, what's your favorite Warlock spec? Just overall, not for Iron Man. Gummy, honestly, I haven't played the Warlock since Burning Crusade, so all of this is really new for me. I started with Demonology, but there wasn't, at the time, it was only like level 10 or 12, but at the time I didn't see too much survivability in it, whereas whenever we drain soul, we get 200% of the damage we deal, it heals us. So as of now, I would say Affliction's the default choice for me, if that makes sense. Going to run around this way here. So I was going to go Destruction. That's the only spec I haven't given a shot yet. So hopefully Affliction treats us pretty well. I think it will. I think it's a pretty solid spec. Let's see. We wants us to kill this ostrich thing, and then we'll have to use the herbs on the stones over here. So it's almost like we've done this before. See, Conspiracy says, Q, you and Queen should do a video together or live stream. You know, it's funny you say that, because I actually joined her and her boyfriend on a couple Mythic Plus runs, and it was a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've done that. Mr. Fit, good morning, says, are you still doing the Hunter? Good morning, Mr. Fit. We are still doing a Hunter, but right now, the month of September is our fundraising month for the charity Friends for Impact. They do research on children with brain tumors. Corey, good morning. Corey, sweaty, greasy fingers, very nice. Good morning, how are you doing? But for the challenge this month is going to be all Warlocks. We've been planning this for quite some time, so I knew ahead of time that I wasn't going to make it to 110 before the time ran out on my Hunter, so we're still going to do it. We're just going to catch back up on it in October. So this month, myself, man, somewhere 5 to 10 YouTube, Twitch streamers, and Vega, thank you for the subscription, and good morning, by the way, welcome. So you don't have to be a streamer to participate in the challenge, by the way. There's, like I said, there's probably about 10 of us that do stream it, and then the rest are doing it on their own. The only thing, if you want to be a part of it, we've only asked that you come in Discord, let us know the name of your character and realm. That way we can kind of track everybody, because in the mornings, I'll put this up now. In the mornings, I kind of go through and give everybody a status update on their progress. Gramps, thank you for the subscription, and good morning. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I kind of go through and give everybody a status update as far as their progress and how they're doing, and I think we have quite a few deaths already, so that's why we're not doing the Hunter for the month of September, just to help those guys out who are actually making a difference in the world. So we've actually raised 20 pounds for them so far, so that's kind of nice. So thank you guys for being a part of that. But for those who are unfamiliar with the Iron Man challenge rules, those are on your right. The challengers, the Warlock challengers for this month, are on your left. All those who are streaming, I have a link to their channel. If you are streaming, I don't know and I've missed you, by all means feel free to let me know and I'll include it. But yeah, that's oops. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, so let's res Sam once again. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult, I believe, than the hunter. This quest, because what happens is that we pull a we'll call it a demon. We'll pull a demon out of these guys, and that demon is aggressive. However, let's just see how one. Oh, you know what? We didn't do a There we go. We didn't do a Hellstone yet. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be a little slower going than the Hunter. It's alright. I'll smooth it out here in a second. Sounds gross. Sorry, that was funny. Welcome to the stream. Alright. I'm going to put the rules down here, but that was funny. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. I'm going to just call you Garage for the nature of the stream. So I'm behind chat. I'll try to catch up. Jared says 22 already. Not bad. Yes, sir. We are about halfway through. And let me go ahead and make Hellstones. We can use Hellstones. It's the only class that can. So there you go. That's one benefit of having them. So I'm going to try this one more time here. And I think if I can apply Unstable Affliction, it'll just make the process that much quicker. Alright. Yeah, so inevitably Sam's probably going to die a couple times throughout this process, but that's okay. That's going to be the nature of the stream, or the nature of this quest. Little Charles says, is that a disqualification? Is what? Let me catch you back up. Whataburger, where do you live? Sorry, I missed that, Lord Troll. What was the disqualification? And Alexander, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you guys very much for the wave of subscriptions and likes this morning. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's go ahead and see if we can summon the demon out of this guy. Like I said, Sam's probably going to die. We'll just kind of use Sam every 2 pulls. The health generated from Drain Soul is pretty strong. Durtroll, welcome to the stream. Good morning. How are you doing? Alright, I'll catch back up with chat. Give me 1 second. Lucas says, what's up, Q? Good morning, Lucas. How are you doing? Welcome back, by the way. I'm going to grab these guys on the outer perimeter here. That way I don't work myself into a hole. Crush says, hey, glad you like my name. Yeah, that was, it caught me off guard. That was funny. Welcome, by the way. Alright, so for this quest, just be careful. These walls are just an illusion of a wall. They can cast through it, you can cast through it, and they can also sometimes aggro through it. So just kind of be careful of that. So he says, welcome newcomers to the stream. Yep, thank you guys very much. And thank you also for all these subscriptions and likes. I appreciate that. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and pull the demon out of this guy. We just need 3 more. The good thing about the Voidwalker is it does pull this thing to him immediately, so that's kind of nice. Bad thing is that it has less stamina than a hunter's pet, but we'll take what we can get. And Sam is gone, which is fine. I think Drain Soul is pretty strong for us at this time. Yep. Will Webster says, what's going on, Will? Hey, buddy. How are you doing? Good morning. Welcome back. We are, like I said, we are a little bit over 22. The questing's a lot slower. Not a lot. It's a little bit slower than it is with the Hunter, which kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, with one class being, more of a question of speed rather than ease. And I think this does kind of capture that to a certain extent. With the Hunter, we probably would have knocked this out by now, but just the nature of the class mechanics makes it slower sometimes. Dirtroll says, what is the gameplay and what server are you in? Dirtroll, welcome to the stream once again. Thank you for the sub. We are on Moonguard, and this is the Iron Man challenge. So if you want, I can put the Iron Man Challenge rules up, but I'm not sure if you've already seen those or not. But yeah, that is what we're doing. This is the Warlock Iron Man race for Friends for Impact, which is a charity. All that's linked in the description. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that Brazier over there as well. Will says, you wouldn't believe the harvest we're having this year at my lettuce farm. At my lettuce farm. Really? How many acres is your lettuce farm, Will? And once again, chat. Sometimes chat gets up to a point where I simply cannot keep up with it and keep up with the level of gameplay. So if you do ask me a question or you respond to me and I don't respond, it is not intentional. Feel free to ask it again, and I'll get back with it. Get back to you. So I do try to interact with everyone as much as possible. He says, "Let us as far as the I can see, my dude." Nice. Let's see. It's the Iron Man challenge. Yes, that is correct. And we need more of these things slain or destroyed. So we have. That's going to be 6, 7 there. Maybe there's 8 within these walls. Oops, face pulled that one. Durator says, cool. Yep, it's the Iron Man challenge sounds like it's a boring challenge, a rough challenge, a something that may not be interesting, and I kind of had that opinion myself starting out, but honestly, I would recommend it for anyone, especially someone who's interested in the gameplay of vanilla. The Iron Man challenge just makes the gameplay very immersive as opposed to as it is right now. Plus, it makes each quest much more dynamic in the sense that when you can't necessarily die for any reason, you kind of consider the situation you're in. You don't want to pull more than more than 2 or 3. If there's one particular mob that you have to kill, you want to make sure you read the mechanics of the fight. So it just makes it a lot more different, a lot more engaging, and just kind of has you instinctively want to plan your path ahead. You're trying to plan ahead as much as possible throughout the leveling process. So it's a lot of fun. I would recommend it for anyone, actually. Will says, still on that 300 acre one, buddy. Whew. Oh, so the whole 300 acres is lettuce. Good lord, man. I mean, that's good that it's that's not in Texas, is it? I'm assuming not. Just because I think your tone would be a little bit different if it was, or if the hurricane was impacting you. Alright, so let's see. We do need to kill the demon in the back, so we're going to work our way into the into there. Boss Hog says, don't ignore me. Boss, let's see, let me go back. Boss Hog says, my dream came true for Farah to smash my head into a pulp between her. Farah. Who's Farah? I'm not familiar with that one. We did get some BOE boots though. And some leggings, that's nice. That's a quest reward, so we will not mess with that. Durator says, okay, got you a question. What is your favorite meme? Let's see. I don't know if I have. I used to really like the demotivation posters way back whenever, but as far as favorite meme, I don't really have one. Just kind of some were good, some were bad, so I don't really have one, to be honest. Let's see. Oh, so it says it's a character from Overwatch. I got you. Yeah, nope. This is Boss Hog. This is the only character we play here. Or the only character, only game. I've been playing this probably for about 10 to 12 years, and I'd say the last game I played before it was Halo 2. So that's my my gaming experience in a nutshell. It's Halo 2 and then Warcraft, and that's about it. Let's see. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The my name is Jeff thing. Yeah, that one's not bad. Some of them are kind of you have to have known them when they started. You can't really. Some of them are you know, essentially a meme. It's almost like the inside joke of the internet. But some were good, some were bad. All right, with that, we're going to work our way further into this cave. I'm just kind of clearing out as much as possible so we don't have anything sneak up behind us. Like you said, these walls here are a little bit of an illusion for this area. Generally speaking, they are. Especially this style of wall, they can sometimes see you through it, and or see through it, and you know, you're just kind of fighting through a wall. I think the only people it tends to hurt more so than anything else are melee, just because you can't actually run through it. Bossy says, yeah, my comment was less about the game experience, more about the... Alright, Boss Hog, let's tone it down just a little bit, just in case we have the younger guys or girls watching. I get what you're saying, but we'll tone it down just a little bit. Alright, so with that, we're going to kill this demon here, and I think we have to head in toward the shore. I'm going to set aside this. What I need to do is stop opening my bags when I'm not selling stuff, because if I don't, I know it's just a matter of time before I actually accidentally equip a green or blue item. So I'm going to try not to open them too much more often if I'm not vendoring them. Alright, so with that, you know, let me pull up my achievements here real quick. Excuse me. For the questing achievement, I think we're mostly done with Darkshore. I'm just going to kind of run through here real quick. Darkshore. Okay, so 70 of 90 quests. I think normally we get the achievement for this zone, so we are getting toward the later end of it. Grizzly says, I'll find them and kill them. Kill who? Oh, okay, I got you. Let's see. Jared says, have you heard about the Lucid Nightmare Mount riddle? I've heard about it, but I haven't had too much of a chance to get into it yet. There we are, level 23. This afternoon we'll be doing some in-game content, and so me and the girlfriend try to work our way into Argus and catch back up with everyone. That way, Monday we can actually talk about Illidan a good bit. I don't want to get into the Illidan conversation just yet, just to give people the weekend to have a chance to experience that content. But I do want to kind of have a little bit of a conversation about the character of Illidan and what everybody thinks of him. But yeah, that's my plans for this weekend, is pretty much try to catch up my main as much as possible. We've been doing the Ironman challenge for about 2 months now. And so, we had Prospector Mitts. We've been doing it, like I said, for about 2 months, and I've probably not played my main character, I'd say more than 12 hours in those 2 months. So we're kind of doing this without a pet. I'm just going to pull the imp back out, just because I think we're in the level of content where it's not a big deal as far as having to be able to tank some stuff. So I think I'm going to just tank with my drain spell for the time being. Let me catch back up. Dylan says, welcome Dylan, good morning, how are you doing? I made it to 52 on this challenge. It's hard. At those levels you have that of the role play. Yeah Dylan, it's a fun challenge. Are you doing the Warlock with us, or is this the first time hearing about it? Because we're doing the Warlock challenge all throughout September, so you and anyone else is more than welcome to join us. I'm going to go ahead and grab all these quests. I just need to remember to grab the Seed of the Sea. which is not sold by Sally on the seashore. Alright, so we have one of these guys we have to escort. I think it's him. I think. Yeah, there he goes. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and light this guy up over here. And catch back up with chat. Jared says, nerf the Demon Hunter, I-beam too strong. Yeah. Like I said, Monday. We'll get into it Monday. But that is kind of funny though. Dylan says, I died to a glitch. Oh, Dylan, that sucks. I'm sorry. The glitches sometimes are the worst. Grizzly says, what server is he on? Grizzly. I am on Moonguard for this challenge. We'll just kind of dot everything up here. Looks like we're pulling half the zone. So with that, we're up to full health, so we're doing alright with that. No real risk, I suppose. Okay, we're good. There's only says my worst Iron Man death was a shortcut related fatigue. Oh man, really? That sucks. You know, only I'm so afraid of accidentally drowning just because I don't use the potions for, you know, breathing underwater. I am absolutely afraid of drowning on stream on the Iron Man challenge. So try to use to Hearth out. If your Hearthstone isn't finished before fatigue timer runs out, you're doomed. Man, that's rough. What level were you when you died to that? Dylan says, I did the priest. Oh, did you? Says, that would be nice. Yeah, Dylan, oops. Let me go ahead and kill this guy here. He did kill our imp. I'm gonna switch the imp here for now. I hope I don't regret that. But what's the reason I'm switching the imp for the Voidwalker is at the moment I'm having to spend more time rezzing the Voidwalker, so I think until we get into Ashara, we're just going to use the imp for the rest of the time being. So let's walk our way ahead here. But yeah, Dylan, like I said, you're more than welcome to join us. The Discord that we're kind of all have our information hub at is linked in the description, and then the charity website is also linked in the description. So that's an open invitation to everyone. You guys are more than welcome to join us. It's not as bad as it sounds, so if you haven't tried the Iron Man challenge, I do recommend it. It's fun. It just makes questing that much more different. Only says killing blows percentage will take you. Okay, so let's see. What are you more in the fire rates? Oh, what am I more into? A little bit of everything, but at a moderate level, if that makes any sense. Duratrol. I guess what I'm meaning by that is I do a little bit of pet battles. I do a good bit of mount farming and transmog farming. I did raid heroic level for Nighthold, but I haven't done anything past LFR for Tomb of Sargeras. I'd like to change that here pretty soon, but yeah, I do a little bit of everything. I haven't done PvP recently. I did get my prestige up to like 6, I believe, but I do want to get that up to 17 before the end of the content. So I'm one of those players that dabbles a little bit in everything, but doesn't get too serious in any one thing in particular. So that's kind of my general style of gameplay. And every so often, I'll go through a wave of leveling alts. I'm hoping this guy doesn't aggro. Alright, there we go. So, as soon as he heads back, we'll turn that in, kill a few more Murlocs, get the quest item in here, and head to the shore. But, only says my fatigue death was at 30 something. Ah, that's so rough. Well, at least you had the willpower to be able to get back in there and make a... Have you made it to 110 only? Because I know you said your rogue's at 100. So have you made it to 110? I don't know if I've asked you that before. But Duratrol, yeah, I hope I answered your question there. So, a little bit of everything, but the master of none. let's go ahead and kill this guy as well, just so we don't have to. The reason I also kind of like the imp at the moment is it doesn't run in like a hunter pet normally would, so he kind of stands by me and just takes the hit, or gives the hit, should I say. I am going to knock out this Naga rare that is across the shore. The respawn timer on it's pretty low. I guess I'll go ahead and turn these in real quick. The respawn timer's on it's pretty low, so it's definitely worth farming that. So we'll accept that, and we'll use that item here in a second. We're just going to prioritize killing that rare. Grizzly says, wait boy, what's going on, Grizzly? Are you doing the Iron Man challenge as well, or what's your plans? Sesmo says, hey Kyun, how's it going? What's going on? Simon. We'll say Simon, is that alright? Good morning, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream, by the way. Alright, so with that, we'll go ahead and I think the Seed of the Sea comes out of, yeah, the pearl. We're good. Alright, so with that, the rare should pop up right around here. I think we're just too far to be able to see it. And off we go. We'll pick up this as we make our way across. Only says, I haven't touched the 100 rogue. I had 100 die at 100. Oh my goodness, that's right. What was your playtime at level 100? Just so I can get a little bit of a perspective. Because I was anticipating maybe five days of gameplay. Alright, so with that, we'll probably pull her as well, but it's not too big of a deal. Just because he dies pretty quickly. Oh wow, she stunned us. Okay. And we'll resummon Sam. And that's my cat in the background if you can hear him. That's real life Sam. Alright, so with that we have the chest piece. We'll grab this item over here. And we need to start using the... where is it? This quest item. There we go. And we'll grab all these right here. Anorak says, morning Kyun, how's the challenge going? Good morning Anorak, how are you doing? We started at 21 today, which is, you know, obviously where we left off yesterday, so we're doing fairly well. We have hit 23, we're about halfway through it at the moment. So Only over here has made a warlock as well, and he's already at level 42, I believe. He's probably leveled a couple more times since then, but it looks like Only is leading the way. I think he's going to have I think he's going to be the one to have probably potentially the fastest 0 to 60 time, or 1 to 60 time. Oh, we need to start using this thing again. Alright, so we need, how many more of those? A couple more. So with that, we'll dig in the dirt here. I think we need 5 of these items, right? Yes, 5. Excuse me. But Anorak, how's your morning going, by the way? Alright, so I think, is that 5? Or is that 4? Let me check. That is 4, and that makes 5 now. Okay. So with that, we'll turn that in, and then we'll grab the last piece we need here, I believe, right? Yes. And off we go. Anorak says, good watching you and playing Magic. Very nice. I've never played Magic, believe it or not. Alright, so with that, we'll turn in all this, and I think we're going to have to go back and turn it into the main quest hub. That is by the flight path. After we've built these warlocks, built these murlocs a new home. For those who are new to this area, I would say kind of watch out. You don't want to stand on this flag, because if you do and you build a little home, It'll trap you in it for about 30 seconds, so that's what happened to one of my hunters. It eventually despawns, but like I said, it's 30 seconds of doing nothing, so. Level 100 hunter had 4 days and 23 hours, so right at the 5-day mark then. Nice. So yeah, if that's the case, like I said, you level pretty quick. So I would say to get to, if anyone wants a scope, I would say to get to level 110 would be 7 days at a minimum. So let me go ahead and empty my bags here. Starting to get a lot of green items, so I just don't want to accidentally click on them while I'm looking at my quest stuff. I might save the crawler meat just for the off chance it'll sell. Do we have shoes? We do. We do have a cloak there. So we might equip that here in a second. I'll sell all this stuff. Get rid of the cloth gloves. Those bind when equipped. So the fun thing about the Iron Man challenge is that as you're leveling, you can kind of still get stuff to drop. Oh, you know what? We were talking about the cloth shoulders only the other day. I got them. The low level ones. Oh, that's pretty neat. How's that look? Absolutely atrocious, but we'll wear it anyway. We'll sell that and that as well. So yeah, usually what I do is try to at least kind of briefly have an overlook, and that's why I don't use my sell junk add-on, just because there's a small chance of you selling something that you could actually use. So it's just one of those things you have to go through and kind of look at the gear as it comes along. So with that, I think that's going to be everything. And those are leather. I guess we'll keep that cloak instead. Oh, that's neat. Okay. So we'll put that up there, and then we'll sell this one. Then we can put this here, and we'll sell that. Sorry guys, doing the technical stuff, I suppose. Alright, so with that, let me go ahead and put on my newly found gear. We have shoulders and cloak. And that's 1 copper, so I'm not worried about it. Alright, off we go. Drax says, so how long have you been maining a DK Qun? I've been doing a DK probably since Dragon Soul. I switched from from Horde to Alliance at the end of Pandaria, but I've been maining a DK since Dragon Soul. Alright, so with that, and Nikki says, hi Qun, good morning Nikki, how are you doing? Oh, we need to use this item here real quick. We are now level 23, and we have about 20% to go to hit 24. So we're doing pretty good on this end. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and I'm going to dismiss this pet just because you kind of have to sneak around for this quest. So I don't want to aggravate anything as much as possible. We are level 23, these guys are level 18, so if we have to, we could either run or whatever, but we're just going to let the RP take place. Jack says, awesome. One of my favorite raids to go back to. Yeah, you know, what I've had a struggle with Dragon Soul recently is that the LFR system, you know, when you go back to do the transmog runs, I've done Dragon Soul, I think, 3 times, and I haven't had a single piece of loot drop in LFR. So I'm not sure if that's intentional or I just have really bad RNG, but you know, killing all those bosses 3 times and not having any loot, I haven't gone back since, because I don't know if it's just bugged out or if it's really that difficult to get the loot these days. But yeah, it's just something I haven't done in a long time. What we're doing is we have to sneak in, listen to another conversation. So we are working our way to the top of those steps. Excuse me. He says, good, my cat woke me up. Oh, those cats. Yeah, Sam, for those who don't know, Sam's my real life cat, and he has a habit of howling in the morning, so I can completely relate to that. So we need to use this item, right? I think he can see us anyway, so we'll just kind of carefully work our way around him. And off we go. See, Interact says, Heroic and below locks you to a 10-man raid loot. I'll forward that. Okay. I think you have to kill them on Mythic to get the full loot. Yeah, but Interact, are we talking about the transmog runs, or did we switch conversation? I didn't catch up. No, I meant for Dragon Soul as far as the transmog runs. I haven't been able to get anything off the LFR variation of it. So that's kind of been difficult to get that color variation of the gear. But let me... I think that's close enough. These guys are level 19. And yeah, there we go. Chat started. Jack says that Warlock mount is awesome. Yeah, I actually got it back when it was difficult to do that challenge. I didn't get the Pally one back then, I don't believe, but I did get the Warlock one. Alright, so with that, we're going to sneak back out of here just so I can get back on the road and we can turn in all these quests real quick. Conspiracy says you have to go on normal into the dungeons and get the tier sets for Dragon Soul. But what about the tier set that was only available in LFR, Conspiracy? Is that in, I mean, did they change where that drops as well, or is that just no longer available? Or do I have just really bad RNG? Okay. So if this guy sees us, he does. Alright, that's fine. He's kind of a low level, so I'm not too worried about it. There we go. We'll summon Sam back. And Anarch says the transmog. Yeah, let's see. Warlock mount is awesome. And Grizzly says, this time you've been lucky because I'm there. I found by nobody to switch servers. Let's see. Oh, Grizzly, are you coming on another character, or what are you doing? Let's see. We're going to turn in these quests over here. Conspiracy says, if you go on appearances and then go to the sets, find the Dragon Souls one, and then set the set the difficulty to that, and there you go. Yeah, so the thing is, Conspiracy, is what I'm saying is I'm not getting any loot in LFR variation, so I'm not sure if that's part of if the RNG for me has just been bad in doing that, but to get the color variation from LFR, that's why I kind of did that difficulty level, if that makes any sense. Alright, so we have 2 quests to turn in here, and I think this might send us here to kill the Nage here pretty soon. I'm not quite sure. I think we have 1 or 2 quests to do before that. We'll find out. I know we have to run back to the Prospectors one more time. So complete that, and that is level 24. We get Underwater Breathing, and then we get the Isle of Kilrock. So we'll set that there for now. I'll speak to the archaeologist, so we can do that, and then we'll accept that as well. Test the sapling on a non-consumed grizzly bear. And last night, let's see, it says, how come you stream on YouTube and not on Twitch? Any particular reason? Not necessarily, other than I kind of enjoy the platform and the way things have gone on YouTube so far. I probably could stream on both. I just want to be careful not to degrade the quality of chat, if that makes any sense. Alright, so we did do that, and he's fine. Okay. You know, because sometimes people do, they stream on both, and depending on how active the chat is, if they talk to both, hey Sean, yeah, if you don't mind, please keep that in English, just so we can all participate in the conversation. But yeah, as far as YouTube versus Twitch, I kind of like the ability on YouTube to be able to find content, new content more easily, if that makes sense. I found that on Twitch, it's just it's purely sorted by the number of views on the channel, so sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to find that that new content or something else that you may enjoy watching. So I kind of like the YouTube style of streaming. Alright, so with that, that probably wasn't the most fluid explanation, so I apologize for that. But yeah, that's kind of the rough impromptu speech there. I could probably tailor that more if I wasn't trying to do two things at once. But yeah, nothing against one or the other. It's just I want to keep the integrity and quality of the chat up as much as possible. So yep, that makes sense. I think Twitch can be a little toxic also. Yeah, and you know, that's a good point, because Twitch, the content there seems very heavily focused on your skill-based content, meaning, you know, your higher end PvP, your higher end raiding and whatnot. Whereas the community on YouTube, there is that element. I mean, it's not to say it's black and white and there's all or none, but there is, I think, more so of the content that's in-game is more so on Twitch than YouTube, from what I found. And like you said, the environment on YouTube tends to be a little bit more relaxed. So that's kind of all the reasons in a very broken up nutshell. But yeah, and so it says, yeah, and I probably wouldn't have found you on Twitch considering you are newish. Yeah, exactly. And that's a very big thing. For me, it's going to come down to the individual's preference as far as, you know, the content that they enjoy to watch. And like I said, those guys who are doing the cutting edge stuff are going to get more views, I think, on the platform of Twitch. But yeah, when those, let's see, sorry, I lost my thought. Our chat here, sorry, gotta whisper. Okay, all right, anyway, but yeah, when it comes to Twitch, I think the content that's desired more over there is your in-game stuff, more so than here. Sorry, I lost my thought halfway through that though. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and get the rest of these barrels. We need all of 4 more, I think. Yeah. Alright, so that's going to be 8 right there. And so it says, yep, I probably would have found you on Twitch, and I really enjoy the stream. GG, mate, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And like I said, oh, that's where I was going. When it comes to content, I kind of prefer the smaller channels and those guys who are, I guess, more in tune with their community, more down to earth, more or less, if that makes any sense. So those are kind of hard to come by on Twitch, more so than YouTube. Conspiracy says, and thank you everyone for the appropriate and positive chat. Yeah, that can't be underestimated. We have a very nice community here, so thank you guys for being a part of that. It's, you know, just because we're on the internet, we do have the trolls and whatnot, but I think we're doing a victory lap here because my last bear didn't count. There we go. But yeah, no, thank you guys very much for really participating in chat. It makes the Iron Man challenge much more enjoyable. So I would probably still do this anyway, just because it's a lot of fun, but the chat just adds another element of excitement to it. And honestly, chat's been much more entertaining to me than I had expected. Plus, I've learned quite a bit. There's a lot of people here who are very knowledgeable in what they're talking about, so that is nice to come across that and learn new things as well. Alright, so we need to kill this guy, and we do have our sapling, which we can throw on the toolbar real quick. And do we have another quest? Negative. We do not. We have to go into the small lake here. Excuse me. Grizzly says, hey boy, I start now. The next try What is that in reference to, Grizzly? I think you said something once or twice, and I still don't know what that is in reference to. Legion is 20% off. Oh yeah. For those who are interested in coming back to Legion, it is 20% off. I don't know how much longer they're going to do that, but there is that. Harry says, guys, turn on news now. Harry, without being too spammy, what's going on? We'll try to minimize the political conversation as much as possible, so just kind of keep an eye out for that. Alright, so we need to blow this guy up here in a second. Alright, so with that, and should be all we need. The shadow bolts don't hurt too much, I don't think. Yeah, they're knocking me down about 7%, so that's not too bad. Alright, so with that, turn that in, and I think at this point we have to go kill the Naga, I believe. Grizzly says, I'm trying to hex you. Why would you try to do that, Grizzly? What's the benefit in doing that? Let's see. It's till 5th September. Oh, I did miss that. Promaniac says, I can't wait to start my apprenticeship so I can buy Legion. Oh, okay, so that's where it's going for. And it's till the... Okay, so the sale is until the 5th of September. Gotcha. So there you guys go. You have, I guess, until the next 2 or 3 days to purchase Legion at 20% off if you're interested. Alright, so with that, we need to go talk to the guys on the shore over here. And then they're going to have us send us right back here. We're nearing the end of the Darkshore questing series. We're on level 24, so this is right about the level we end Darkshore questing, and then we head straight into Ashenvale at the last little bit of it, and then head straight into Stonecore. Stonecore. Let's see. Wince says, "Hey there, my first time here. Do you have individual quest path or well-known roads, or just do all the quests as it comes?" Oops. For the most part, I kind of have my path mapped out more or less, give or take, for Azeroth and maybe Outland. I don't think I've quite mastered Northrend yet. That's where I've died twice so far, so I haven't quite mastered that area yet. But Winsalt, welcome to the stream, by the way. For those who are new to the stream, let me go ahead and put this up real quick. Do the rules once again. Iron Man Challenge rules, just so everyone kind of has a rough idea. Leveling 1 to 110, only using white and gray quality items without dying a single time. And all the names on your left are the guys that are participating in the Warlock Iron Man Challenge race this month. So you're more than welcome to join us as well. There's about 5 more names that I haven't had a chance to put up there just yet. But with that, yeah, we have to run back. Okay. I'm going to see if the Naga is up, just to make sure. If he's up, maybe we can kill him one more time. It says, yeah, I don't know what Harry was necessarily doing. Grizzly says, TY for the server. I have no idea what you're saying, Grizzly. Alright, so anyway, we're going to kill this rare. And I think we'll start with the smaller guy first. And then we'll light this guy up. Since we have 4 soul shards, we'll just light him up with a bunch of his unstable affliction. And then heal ourselves back up. And with that, we have gloves. Nice. Mount back up here and off we go. And then I'll take the rules down. So if you guys need to see the rules or are interested in the Iron Man Challenge, everything is linked in the description. So there is that. What's that says? No talent seems fair. Yep, there's no talents, no dungeons. Well, there's no grouping at all with people. So that includes the what is that? The dungeons, the arenas, the battlegrounds, and even pet battle leveling. Just because when you win a pet battle, you get some level of experience. Grizzly says the Iron Man must stop. I don't know. That's kind of being rude to about 43 people at the moment. So I don't understand why you would want to do that, Grizzly. What's the explanation there? So with that, we're going to like it says, no realm hopping. Yeah, it's been tailored down quite a bit these days. So I think once we get this quest, we have one more quest to go over there, kill the Naga, which will be quick, and then we head on to Ashenvale. But it's just trying to milk all the easy XP as much as possible. Winsalt says, and what about enemy faction kills, low level, or PvP? So in a nutshell, Winsalt, if you die for any reason, even if it's a disconnect or you know, say a high faction NPC guard, high level faction NPC guard comes and kills you, it still counts as a death. So you have to be very careful of that. One of the things is when you're leveling in a zone, you just want to make sure where the other, you know, where the other faction camps are. Because sometimes the guards can be at the current level, sometimes, you know, they can have 110 sitting there. But either way, if you aggro them, and even if you can kill the guard, say if it's your level or lower, it'll flag you for PvP. And then you have to spend 5 minutes running around trying to make sure you're not seen by another player. And if there's a guy that has BOAs on, he'll probably have about 3 times the health you will have as an Iron Man challenger, level for level anyway. Gail says, why was this recommended? I've only played WoW once. I'm not sure, Gail, but welcome to the stream, by the way. Good morning. I don't know how the recommendation system works in YouTube, but there you go. Welcome, by the way. Alright, so with that, we're going to kill 8 of the smaller Nagas and then the named guy. So that should be it for Darkshore after that. Pitbull says, hey there, where can I find the actual Iron Man ranking? So the Iron Man ranking in total is on the wowchallenges.com. That's linked in the description. And that'll have your rankings for all the people that are your top level 110 for Iron Man challenge, Bloodthirsty challenge, and I think Pacifist challenge. Excuse me. Let's see. Try to catch up as much as possible. But yeah, Winesalt. I think it's Winesalt. I've been saying it wrong. Winesalt. Yeah, the enemy faction is something you definitely want to stay away from as much as possible. Let's see. Gaia says, is the Iron Man Challenge an official mode? Gaia, the Iron Man Challenge is official in the sense that it's on retail servers, but Warcraft really doesn't sponsor any sort of a challenge. It's just something that we do on our own, just for the sake of saying, being able to say we did it. There's no real reward at the end of it, so it's completely optional. I think one of the reasons Blizzard doesn't do stuff like that is a lot of people would feel obligated to have to do it, since it would be maybe an achievement or something. But since that's the case, since they don't sponsor it, people don't have an obligation to feel like they need to complete it and all that. So let's see. It says I'm not a troll. I don't know, Grizzly. It sounds like you're trying to be. Are you? Seems like you're trying to disappoint about 50 people at the moment. So, well, why are you trying to make it difficult, should I ask? Let's see. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. Like I said, we need to kill 8 of these guys and then kill the guy a tier below us. So I probably don't even have to mess with these, but just for the sake of killing them, we will. Usually, if you grind mobs, you want to focus more on the humanoid type, which, believe it or not, does tend to include the Naga, because they drop your cloth and they have a general higher chance to drop your BOE gear as opposed to other mobs. Jack says, I think there's a bit of a language barrier Grizzly. Maybe so. I think he was saying he was going to try to come here to either kill me or hex me, so I'm just kind of curious what's going on with that. Kale, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream, by the way. We are level 24 and working our way up to 25. I'm hoping to make it to 30 today, but we might cut it a little short of that. But we'll definitely make it to Stone Talon Mountains, I hope. Alright, so that's going to be our 8 there. And we still need to go down one more level just to kill this guy who's hanging out by himself. But Eric says, have I died as the Warlock? No, I have not died yet. So this is still our first attempt at the Warlock. I haven't used Darkflight as much as I thought I would, to be honest. I thought I was going to use that quite a bit, but I'm wondering if maybe I should have started a gnome just for that little bit of an intellect buff. But if we do die, maybe we'll kind of switch that out and try a gnome. But I didn't use the Darkflight as nearly as much as I thought I would. Let's see, D says, are you doing this on PvP server? Good morning, D. No, this is on an RP server. So just so that, I think out of the 20 people who've made it to 110, no one's been able to make it to 110 on a PvP server. If someone's working on it, we probably won't know about it until they've completed the challenge, just because there are people out there that hunt the Ironman that are leveling on PvP servers, and then you have, if you stream it, of course, you have people that would want to be a part of the final act in your stream. So I think for the most part, people who level on PvP servers just try to do it covertly as possible. Alright, so with that, Mr. Toast says, why aren't you using a Voidberry? Honestly, it's, for me, the Void Walker is not too necessary. He's kind of more inconvenient at this point in time, Mr. Toasty. There we go. I'll probably pull him back out when we get into Ashenvale, just for that tanking ability. But what's happening is, as of now, the Void Walker, I think Warlock pets are like hunter pets where they build off your armor a little bit. So since we only have white gear, he dies extremely easily. But what is that? The imp stays close to me and does the firebolts. So he doesn't. Not only does the imp not get hit as much, he stays close to me and doesn't run into the mob. So if that makes any sense, it's just a little bit safer until we get into Ashenvale. Because what I was having to do previously was, whenever the Void Walker ran into a battle, I was having to res him like every other fight. Okay, so we got a little bit of excitement in chat. What's going on? Grizzly says, oh, he's trying to find and kill you? Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and let me address that now, just to keep the nature of the chat completely okay. Let's see, Nikki says Grizzly needs to be reported for... Yeah, so we'll just let Grizzly do his thing. This guy did pop back up, so that's nice. But going back to the Ironman challenge, as much as possible, you want to kill the rares, even if they don't generate a lot of XP. You don't want to spend a lot of time hunting them down, but you definitely... Oops, let's kill this guy before he follows us. You definitely want to kill them for the sake of getting the BOEs. Christian Tara says, what is Ironman? Welcome, Christian. Good morning. How are you doing? We are the Warcraft Ironman challenge is... There we go. So it's on your right, and then the challengers for this month, which is an open invitation to anyone, are on your left. We have 15 at the moment, and I think we have about 5 or 6 who haven't given us the characters' names yet. So, but as far as the Ironman challenge rules, it is leveling from 1 to 110 without dying a single time, and then doing so only using white and gray great quality gear, no talents, no potions, no flasks, no elixirs, no dungeons, no grouping with anyone, no battlegrounds, no arenas, no pet battles. Very restrictive. It's essentially just leveling through either grinding or questing, using the worst gear in the game as possible. Let's see. So, if you have any, I don't know if that covers everything for you there, Christian, but if you want to know more, the link is in the description, and the rules for the Iron Man challenge are in much greater detail on that website. Right, so we did get a green item there, so I'll put these away. Everything is linked in the description. For those who are, like I said, unaware, this month we're doing Warlocks, and we're taking a break from the Hunters just so that we can actually raise a little bit of awareness for the Friends for Impact, who are doing brain cancer research on children. Sorry, let me rephrase that. They're doing research on brain tumors that occur in children. So we're just raising a little bit of awareness. There we go. Awareness for that group. Nikki says, "Congrats on 800 drop subs." Oh, thank you. Well, thank you guys very much for being a part of that. I hope if sometimes it doesn't announce everyone, so if I've missed you and you've joined today, feel free to say hi. Sometimes, like I said, it doesn't update, so thank you guys for that this morning, as well as all the likes. Thank you very much. I think yesterday, excuse me, yesterday we hit quite a few. I think 90 likes. So I know everybody's not going to be here, but thank you guys for being a part of that. I appreciate that very much. With that being said, let's go ahead and kill this guy over here. So for this quest, just so those who are leveling, since this is a lower zone, I know a lot more people are going to come across this area, but for this quest, do be careful. The mob here has a significantly higher health than you do when you're in this area, if I can speak. I'll try to start over here. While you're in this area, the mob that you have to kill next has much more health than you do, so you want to make sure you remember to use this horn. That way it calls in your reinforcements. They come in and kind of tank the mob, and then you can DPS it down. So otherwise, I think, let me see if I want to say he had like 3k health or something. Let me see if I can look real quick. Lynn says, still going strong. Yes, we are. We are level 24. We're about 15% of the way from 25. And looks like Sam's awake. Hey, bud. My 20-year-old cat. Alright, so let's see. This guy right here. Alright, so it's not registering his actual health because Z-Pro is bugged out. It hasn't quite updated to 7.3, so I guess his actual health is going to be somewhat of a mystery. So that being said, let's go ahead and pop these guys. He's looking at me for some reason. Alright, so yeah, we have a little bit of reinforcements. I'll let them get him down to about 80% health, and then we'll go in, try to blow him up. Okay, good enough. Pitbull says, I wish they would allow group quests. Yeah, I think some people do that on their own just to have a more of a social aspect to the Iron Man challenge, but I think there's been people on Twitch or YouTube or both who've kind of grouped up and done only, say, dungeons with white or gray quality gear. But as far as the quote-unquote official Iron Man challenge, yeah, you have to stay ungrouped with everyone. Pitbull says, who else would feel like without heirlooms? It honestly, Pitbull, that's kind of a good point, because when I started leveling, it took me a good couple of weeks to really change my mindset on the leveling process, just because, you know, you're used to going in there with guns blazing, and if you die, you die, and, you know, 9 times out of 10, probably 99 out of 100, anytime you pulled something, you weren't, you know, you're at no risk of really dying. But the questing as it is now is just so much different. There's so much of a difference in it that You just have to have a little bit of a mindset tuning when you come in and level as an Iron Man. It's not hard. It's really not. I thought it was going to be, but it's a different it's a different skill set than, say, how effectively you push the buttons. It's more so planning out where you want to go, how you want to do something, and whatnot. So Nikolai says, "Hey Kyun, how's the race going on? Are you first place?" Nikolai, thank you for coming back. Good morning. How are you doing? We believe it or not, no, I am not. There's Only in chat. I think he's leveling at the moment, but Only is level 42, and he was as of about an hour or two ago. So I think at the moment he might be a little bit higher. But no, I am 20, almost 25. We'll see if this takes me all the way there. Oh, there we go. No, that's Dark Shore Quest. Never mind. False alarm. No, that we did level. Oh, nice. Okay, we did make it at 25. So yeah, there we go. We're 25. So I think we're in second place. I think. I have to. With so many people leveling at the moment, I think we have a little bit of lag as far as exact placement, but in the AMs I try to keep up with everyone as much as possible. That being said, if you are participating, I do try to keep this updated as much as possible. The level 1s are effectively the same as your level 9. So level 1 and level 9 you really can't track on wowchallenges.com. But so once people hit 10, it's easy to see what level they are after that. Alright, so with that we are heading to Ashenvale now. But yeah, let's see. Iron Asa is 17, and these are a little bit dated. Like I said, Only was 34, and I think he's 42 now. So let's see. I'll go ahead and clear the screen a little bit. Excuse me. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun actually racing with everyone and trying to get to the highest level and see who can get there the furthest or the fastest. Since it is the Ironman race, there's no disadvantage in joining, say, joining after the first. The whole thing started yesterday, and it's going to go to the 30th. But people are going to die, and you know the leader roles are going to change positions and whatnot. So if you want to join, absolutely just feel free to join us in Discord. Let us know the character name and realm you're on, and we'll keep track of you from there, and try to keep up with everyone's progress as much as possible. Keithy's managing the Discord, so if you just let him know what your name of your character and realm, should be pretty straightforward after that. Cal says, "Do you ever play Horde?" So Cal, here's my story for switching from Horde. Is that me and the girlfriend, we played Horde probably. I've been playing Horde since Burning Crusade, but we had taken the week off for when Warlords of Draenor launched, and that was the first time we actually took time off from work to be able to play the game for a launch. So we were all set up. We had all the food. We were not going to leave the house for a week. That was just going to be our thing. And there is a rare that pops up sometimes over here, so take a look at him, see if he's there. But yeah, so Tuesday comes around and the servers go down. Not too big of a deal. It's expected. They're going to go down. It has a high influx. But what I don't think anybody anticipated was how long they were down and how come they weren't able to be recoverable. And we were on Illidan, so that's pretty much Horde Central. And make sure that's not a rare. And the fact that there's so many people trying to get on Illidan at the time just kept it down, I believe. And I want to say Illidan was down 18 hours or more the first day, and then 12 to 16 hours the second day, and then even more so the third day. And we had already taken time off work, and just kind of like, well, I guess we could play on our alts, which were the Alliance at the time, which was on Khadgar. And so we're just kind of like, yeah, I guess. We didn't really want to leave Illidan, but then we started playing on the Alliance side and leveling up, just because that server is a little bit lesser, has a lesser amount of people. And So we ended up leveling over there, and by the time they got Illidan sorted out, we were like at 99 or 100 at the time, so we were just kind of like, well, we've already made our character, we've kind of done the heroic dungeons and did some sort of gearing. So ever since the massive server failure for the launch of Warlords of Draenor, there he is, we've been Alliance, so that's what, 4 years now? But yeah, that's my switching story from Alliance to Horde. Wow, that guy hits hard. Jesus. And I don't know what this guy's doing. Okay. So with that, we're going to continue on, head to Ashenvale. You know what? I wanted to grab this fight path. You know, well, I'll come back and do that later. What I was wanting to do is grab this fight path and kill the rare over here, but because that one's usually pretty easy to find and pretty easy to kill, but we've already kind of passed it, so it's not worth going that direction too far. With that, we need to go to, where the hell do we need to go? I think it's this way. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is this way, I think. No, it's not. Oh no, we're still going straight. Okay, sorry. Got disoriented there. Guess this makes sense. Yeah, so honestly, I've played so long on the Horde side and so long on the Alliance side that I don't get too gung-ho about either faction. It's just, at the end of the day, it comes down to just racial benefits. Whether that's being an orc or being a night elf or whatever it is, it's the storyline and the PvE side of it kind of makes them all one faction, all except for tagging mobs. So honestly, it won't surprise me in the future if they start mixing raids and allowing the Horde and Alliance to raid together. I don't know how people would take it, but if they did it, it wouldn't surprise me. I know we have combined auction houses now, so things have kind of progressed in that direction to some extent. Alright, so Ashnodar, we'll grab that fight path there. Maybe we'll grab another cloth set. There's not too much benefit in doing so, I believe, but maybe we'll get something to match our red going on here. Because for a hunter, I would say at this level we might have, I don't know, 30 armor. And then at level 75, when you're in Northrend, you have about 200 armor. So in all effectiveness, your armor is just there for the sake of transmog. So that's kind of my line of reasoning when it comes to upgrading the gear. How much armor do I have? Yeah, I'm at like 33. So I guess 100 would be maybe 50-ish. And like I said, that's at what, 25? So another 50 more levels and your armor only goes up to 200. It's not really worth stressing out and figuring out, you know, where the next armor vendor is all too much. Unless of course you're doing it for the sake of transmog. And I don't see anything. We'll just take a look. We have trade goods, and let's see. Taylor. Well, I guess we can sell stuff. We'll do that. We'll just see if this guy's selling gear. I doubt it, but we'll see. No, he's got bags. That is soulbound, so we'll get rid of that. That is bind on equip, so we'll save that as well. I try to save the clams just to vendor the or sell the meat. Sometimes people are leveling their cooking from early levels, so I do kind of save that from time to time. Sometimes it sells well, sometimes it doesn't sell at all. So let's see. Lao says Blizz ruined faction loyalty. Like you said, it's all about racial. So yeah, pretty much. And I think a contributing part of that is the PvE game in Warcraft has been so much stronger than PvP. So it's kind of hard for people to kind of build those faction loyalties, if you want to call it that. So we're just setting aside all the clam meat to be able to vendor a little bit later. Or sorry, throw in the auction house later. and then off we go. Cal says, I'll always be loyal to the Horde just because the races look cool. Let's see. Constantine. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Thank you for the subscription. How are you doing? But as far as the faction goes, I would want to kind of hunt down this rare. I think it's a spider, but it gets rather close to the Horde base, so we're going to just leave it alone. That's probably your #1 thing to look out for in the Iron Man challenge, generally speaking, is that just even if you're on a RP or PvE server, you just really want to stay clear of faction camps, of the opposite faction, should I say, as much as possible. Cassia said, great, thanks. And you? We're doing good. We started this morning at level 21, and we are 25 at the moment. And usually these set of quests that we're about to pick up take us to 26, and then we kind of blast our way into Stone Talon Mountains. So I think we have a pretty good path ahead of us. We're about at the 2 hour 10-minute mark. If we have to go over a couple more minutes, we will. But normally we stream every day from 6 to 9, except on Sunday. So yeah, 3-hour stream every day. And let's see, since we do have a lot of newcomers in the channel, I'll go ahead and put this up one more time. Iron Man challenge rules are on your right, and the participants in this month's Warlock race are on your left. And if you want to join the race, feel free to do so. You do not have to stream to be able to join. The Discord is linked in the chat, as well as the charity that we're kind of bringing awareness to. Alright, so with that, everything's over on this side, and I'll take that back down. If you guys need to see that again, I don't mind throwing it up there, but usually when I throw it up there like that, someone asked if they could see it again because they weren't here when I put it up there very quickly. So just for the sake of keeping the screen clean as possible, I'll pull it back down. It says I'll update the levels in every few hours. Okay, so there you go, guys. This is Keithy's event, by the way. I'm just kind of supporting it, and he'll be when you give him your name of your character and your realm, he has a list going on that he'll actually, like I said, keep updated every couple of hours. So that's your man right there, Keithy 1980. So that's not a rare, just because I think it's a it might be part of a druid quest. I'm not sure. Pitbull says, I like humans, and I wish Blizz would give us free choices of classes with every race. Yeah, I think they tried to keep the lore as closely tied to the races as possible. You know, of course, there's some exceptions out there, but I think for the next expansion, one of the biggest things I would suggest, rather than maybe a new race or a new class, is just a lot more variations of the races that we have. You know what I mean? It's like, say for example, the Tauren, you have the High Mountain Tauren. For Orcs, you have the green skin, the brown skin, all the different various hairstyles. I think the Tauren only have 3 or 5 different horn sets, so there's just, I think the customization of your character could use a little bit more work. Cal says, but it wouldn't follow. Oh, human druid. Yeah, like I said, I think that's their biggest thing. Keithy says notepad for the win. Yeah, exactly. I do have stuff saved as well when it comes to keeping up with this. Let's see. Let me go ahead and kill this as well. Gravity says hi. Good morning, Gravity. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Says, why are you not doing Hunter? So, yeah, I think Keith is on it, but yeah, for the month of September, we're doing the Warlock race with everyone in the community that wants to be a part of it. You can join at any time. It's going from September 1st to September 30th, and it's a 2-part race. Oops, let me go ahead and res Sam one more. Actually, yeah, I'll res imp this time. I want to have to switch out to the Voidwalker here pretty soon. But it's just to do something within the community and also provide a little bit of awareness for people who are actually making a difference, that being Friends for Impact. And that guy hits hard. Jesus. Alright. So with that, I guess we'll go ahead and bring out the Voidwalker. So we're in that tougher territory, I think it's so we'll go ahead and bring out the Voidwalker once again. I only was saying something that maybe at level 34 the Voidwalker would take a lot less damage, but for now he kind of gets hit pretty hard. Guesses someone on stuff. It's okay. Honestly, it happens. It goes back and forth all the time. But also, I believe that the counter within YouTube itself has been off. So I've seen my numbers change as much as by 20%. So it comes and goes. I don't focus on it too much just because I think the gameplay should take priority. So I'm just appreciative of those who do sub and stick around. So we'll worry about the subs, the likes, and all that later. It's just having fun within the game for now. Let me go ahead. So this is why previously I didn't use the Voidwalkers. Every couple of mobs I'm going to have to resummon them at full health. Otherwise I'm going to have to use my own health to give him a little bit of health. And as an Iron Man challenger, that's probably not the best thing in the world. So make use of the 40-yard range here, though. Gravity says, I wish I could donate, but I have no money. It's all good, Gravity. If you'd like to participate, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to have any sort of donation to participate or anything like that. Just easy come, easy go kind of environment. Excuse me. Let's see. I have been asked a couple times if you have to stream to be a part of it. You do not. You can completely do this on your own. There's no need to feel like you have to stream to be a part of the Iron Man race. So now it says, morning, I'm back. Good morning now. Welcome back. What level did you make it to? Was it going from... Oh, you made it 20. Nice. We just hit 25 here, so... It now has leveled... She made it to 25 yesterday and then got bugged out on a ship. But now it's been a pretty fast leveler as well. I think she's going to give Only a run for his money. So that's going to be fun to see how that maps out. Let's see. With that, I'm going to slowly work my way around to the named mob up there. And then accept the quest from the bomb. But right now it's just a matter of methodically working our way there without pulling as much as possible. Gary says, hey guys, what's going on, Gary? Good morning, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream, by the way. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pull this one as well. And Gary says, I'm off on Monday. Yes, very nice. So you're gonna do it? Yeah. If you are, go ahead and let us know the name of the character and realm and Discord, and I'll keep track of you, and Keithy will as well. That way we kind of provide I'll be providing a daily update every time I sign on. So there you go. We'll kind of keep track of each other and see who's leading the race. So with that, we'll go ahead and we have 15 names so far. We're missing about 5 more names, and then of course other people are going to come as the challenge progresses. So that's kind of the whole point of it, is that we didn't want to make it such that, you know, those guys who joined on September 1st were at the, you know, had a massive advantage over the others. I guess there's always going to be some level of advantage of starting earlier than later, but given the nature of the Iron Man challenge, when you die you have to start over. So you know, the leaderboard is probably going to change quite a bit over the course of the month. Gravity says, I've not been at school because I have school and stuff. Gravity, that's 100% okay. You prioritize what's important. School is much more important than watching the stream, so I completely understand that. Alright, so we're going to see if we can blow up this guy before he blows us up. We'll go ahead and use our Unstable Affliction. Just because... Ooh, that hit hard. And there we go. Try to keep our health up as much as possible. Bombs don't hit too hard, actually. At least not while we're funneling Drain Soul. Alright, so with that... I forgot to grab the quest, I think. Yeah, I did. Shoot. Let's go grab that before he respawns. A lot of times you want to be careful of your named mobs. They tend to respawn really quickly. So we're going to grab this and move as quickly as possible. Let's see. Wine Salt says, what do you think? Is it possible that Blizz is going to make Azeroth's texture update? It could be more attractive to new players. Just look at the difference between the Broken Isles and starting anything. Yes. Honestly speaking, I think, you know, we're encroaching on powers within the lore that, you know, are affect planets at a time, if that makes any sense. So, you know, if we had Deathwing kind of revamp Azeroth, so I think they could use that as a means or a segue or whatever you want to call it, as a way to revamp Azeroth. So in addition to adding texture, I'd kind of like them to update the questing area so that it kind of scales with you a little bit more than it does, or just scales with you. It doesn't scale with you at all at the moment. But yeah, I think with, like I said, the way the lore's going, that would be a good chance for them to do so. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it, to be honest. I think they did it in Cataclysm. One, of course, you know, the storyline and whatnot, but it also gave them a good opportunity to add... Did they add flying in Cataclysm? In Azeroth anyway? Because you can fly in the Outlands, in Burning Crusade, but you couldn't fly in Azeroth, so I think that just gave them a good way to actually allow that. Alright, so with that, go ahead and kill that guy as well and catch up with chat. Pitbull says, what will happen to Warlocks when Legions defeated all the demons are banned? Do they join the unemployment line? I don't know, because I want to say, even though we're killing the demons, you know, as a whole, is this guy... Just making sure this guy's not flagged for PvP. My Z-Pro is not functioning correctly. Block, thank you for the subscription. Good morning, how are you doing? But Z-Pro hasn't updated yet, so... Alright, that guy's coming up behind us. I think we'll just quickly make our way to the lake. But as far as the Warlocks go, I think you can say there's good and bad demons, and there's probably going to be what their excuse is to be able to use that. I did lose my Voidwalker though. So I think that's how they're going to handle that one, Pitbull. Alright, so there is a rare that pops up here. He kind of does a circle around the area. With that, Kel says, I just noticed the music. Nice, Kel. I try to... It's the royalty-free music, but it just kind of softens the harshness of dead silence in the background. So that's all that's there for. I try to keep it low enough where it's just not overbearing. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and... I think we'll try to clear the small guys off the island first. Keithy says, Kieran, Z-Pro has an update. I updated it yesterday. Did you really? Alright, so maybe we'll switch that here in a second. Especially working our way into Stone Talon Mountains. So let me take a look at my add-ons and see if I have the access to that update. Oh, and we lost it. So this is kind of why I like Affliction so much. It's just because you have that continuous healing spell. And we're going to summon Sam once again. But yeah, once we turn in all these quests, I'll probably see if I can reload. That way I can get Z-Pro to work if I can speak, and just make things a little bit simpler going into Stone Town Mountains. I'm a little nervous about the those introductory mobs, especially the ones with the fuel tank on their back. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but still a little nervous about it. Gravity says Z-Pro. What is Z-Pro? It's an add-on. It's the add-on that kind of takes care of these nameplates here and here as well. So that's what I use it for, just so I can move those around. I'm gonna blow this guy up real quick, just so I can summon Sam after this. The just can't really get over the power of Drain Spell here. Or sorry, Drain Soul. Alright, so we'll summon the demon one more time. Probably not one more time, many more times. And I'm kind of hoping the rare pops up, but I haven't seen it yet. So when you go underwater, just make sure you keep an eye on your breath as much as possible. It does tend to sneak up on you. I don't want to die due to drowning. That's one of my #1 things. The reason it's a little bit more risky than normal is just because I try not to drink the breath potions, because I don't want to accidentally somehow flag my account just on an off chance. The WoW Challenges website does give you kind of a warning that most of the elixirs that you get for a quest should be okay, but for those who, for those who do have it bug out on them, they're probably not going to help you out too much. So I'm just trying to play it safer than sorry for the most part here. I'm surprised the other rare's not up. So our breath is out at about 60%, and we need 3 more in total. Conspiracy says, Keon, did check your I did see part of it. I think we talked about that yesterday, I thought. But yeah, I try not to address those in chat too much, but yeah, I'll get back to you with that. But let's see. Gravity says, unless you're an undead, you can breathe. Yeah, I think Gravity undead has a higher breath, right? Or can they actually breathe underwater completely now? Use the weather breathing spell. I guess we could use that. The thing is I don't want to apply a buff to myself. That's the only reason I haven't used it yet. Just to be as safe as possible. So we'll come up and get some fresh air. But yeah, that's the only reason I haven't used it yet. Michael says completely. Undead can. Oh, they can completely. Really? Well, that's kind of nice. I didn't know that. I think it used to be that they had like twice or 3 times the timer, right? So when do they have a ability to completely unbreathe? Or completely unbreathe, completely breathe underwater? Alright, so with that, I guess that tells you how long it's been since I've been on the Horde side. Ian says undead can completely, and it used to be, I think it changed. Oh, this expansion, did it really? Okay, that's kind of nice. Alright, so I don't think we'll come across the rare. If that's the case, we'll just use the Water Strider and head back. I think we are done with all the quests here. I guess that's the other thing. Usually this, I'm kind of surprised this rare spawn isn't up. But now I'm thinking about it, since we're on Moonguard, it doesn't surprise me at all. He says, undead do not drown. Nice. Well, that's kind of cool. Man. Makes me, if, for my hunter, when I do the Horde Ironman challenge, I think I'm going to do a Tauren, but I might do undead, to be honest. We'll see. So the plan on this channel is to do the Iron Man. It was to do the Hunter first, and now we're going to just to level the Warlock, and then go back to the Hunter. And then once we've made it to 110 on the Hunter, we'll we'll do a melee class, whether that's a rogue or whatnot, on the Alliance side. And then once we've made it to 110 there, we'll go on the Horde side. And I think I'm going to do a Tauren Druid. I'm not sure. Kind of been planning my classes that I want to play in advance. Classes and races. I am in combat with something. I'm not sure what it is, so I guess we'll just keep running. That's weird. Only says you can buff yourself with skills in your oh, you can. So they do. Alright. I wasn't sure. You know what? That makes sense, because I know Pallies can buff themselves. So, okay. Alright, so we're free from drowning now. That'll be nice. I'm gonna resummon Sam here. And I think we can. Yeah, we're out of combat. So hopefully this takes us to 26. And Gravity says, imagine Iron Man challenging all the characters 110 on Alien Horde. Yeah, that would be years of content, I think. Maybe. I think after you've done it gotten to 110 once, it's, you know, you've kind of worked out the bugs and you have a system. But you still have your dangers such as your disconnections, your Warcraft crashing and all that, so but I think if you do it once, you kind of have a general idea of how to do it and what your leveling path is going to be. But that is 26 there. And I think I hear something. So let me go take care of something in the house. Hang on one sec. Excuse me. Alright, sorry guys. That's Sam being distracting again. His toy got stuck behind the door, so he's sitting there hitting it. I was like, what is the beating sound on the house? Sam doing his thing. Alright. With that knocked out. So we are in a safe point at the moment. We're not going anywhere. I'm just going to see if I can reset my add-ons real quick. So let's see if I can do that as of now. Alright, yep. I just got these Z Pro update, so perfect. Draenor, welcome to the stream, by the way. It says, how long has it been streamed for? Normally we do it for 3 hours every day, and then occasionally within those within that time, we'll do extended runs. So let me pull this back up real quick. But it's every day from Monday to Saturday, and then we take Sunday off, and probably once a week, maybe twice a week, we'll do an extended stream. I've seen this thing, seen on my recommendation thing forever. Well, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the stream, by the way. We are level 26, and we probably have a good another, say, 30-45 minutes for today. Looks like we're hitting the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. Let's go ahead and turn this off, and our add-ons are happy again for the most part. I think Bagnon still needs to update, but I think we're good to go for the moment. So with that being said, we're going to go over and shoot these cannons first, I believe. Draenor says, oh nice, thank you. Yeah, like I said, nope, thank you Draenor. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Now, are you familiar with the Iron Man Challenge, or is that something new to you as well? Alright, so when we turn this quest in, we have to shoot these guys twice. One knocks them off their mount, and the second time kills them while they're parachuting down. So we'll do that as effectively as possible. Alright, there's that one. And then we'll try to get that guy back there. Our kill percentage is a little bit better than it used to be. It tends to happen. Nope. It tends to happen when you do this quest 3 or 4 or 5 times. The range on this thing is kind of limited, so that's why we couldn't get that guy. They're flying a little too low. It's about as low as we can get, to be honest. Alright. Alright. And 8. There we go. Walkman says, I have returned. Welcome back, Walkman. Good morning. We are at level 26. And we are all of about, let's see, 25% of the way through. So it's not bad at all. I don't think we'll make it quite to 30 today, but we did make it to at least the Stone Talon Mountains. Draenor says, brand new. Let's see. Michael says, I've heard different rules to the Iron Man. Which rules are you using? Michael, we're using the most recent ones, so the ones for Legion. I'll go ahead and put those up real quick. So the rules are on your right. Everyone who's participating in the Iron Man Challenge, the race this month, you don't have to stream to participate. Anyone can join. So just feel free to, if you're interested in doing the Iron Man Challenge, feel free to do so. But in short, it's leveling from 1 to 110 without dying a single time, using only white and gray quality items, without grouping up with anyone at all. So you cannot use, turn this in real quick, you cannot have dungeons, participate in dungeons, battlegrounds, arenas, can't do pet battles, can't have any potions, elixirs, or a flask. You cannot have talents. You have to have a spec just because it's Legion and they give you a spec automatically at level 10, but at this point in time you cannot have talents. So that's kind of the give and take, I guess, for the transition. Some of the things you can do is you can have any quality shirt, tabard, or bag, and you can mount up at any level. So if you happen to have the heirloom mount that you're allowed to use at from 1 to 20, you can use that. So, but yeah, so like I said, all these guys on the left, they are participating in the Iron Man race this month. There's about 5 or 6 more that we don't have names for just yet. So if you want to join us, feel free to give us the name and realm you're going to do it on in the Discord linked in the channel. And for all those who are streaming it, I've linked their links in the channel or in the description as well as the Discord. So everything's in the description that you need. Alright, so this is going to be our first entry into dealing with these elite guys. There we go. So I'm going to see if we'll accept that. I think what you have to do is blow up the canister first, and then you get to kill the other guy, because the canister, once it loses health, it will he's gonna hit pretty hard. Yeah, he hits for about 10%. That's interesting. Even though he hits hard, we can make it up as far as the health goes, but yeah, I think this is going to be a lot slower than the Hunter's going to be. It's manageable. It's almost easier because the Voidwalker swipes, but it's just going to be a lot slower. And I'm going to put the thing that I want to blow up the bombs with there on the toolbar, and put that away so we can sell it later. Keithy says, I'm going to have to snooze before I start my stream. This time I have nothing on, or no one coming around. Very nice, Keithy. So there you go. Keith is actually leading this event, so those who are interested, feel free to stop by and his Discord, which is linked, as well as his channel. I think he streams it on Twitch though. So with that, we'll go ahead and dot this thing up. And then I'm going to go ahead and start putting Unstable Affliction on the other guy. So it doesn't matter what stage of health he's at, the canister is going to take out 50% health. So it's more... Oh, there we go, that's why it didn't work. It's more of a percentage thing as opposed to a set health bar, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we're going to have to raise our Res Sam all 10 times we need to do this. Conspiracy says, Kuhn, are you going to talk to me after the stream? Yeah, I'm going to try to. Like I said, try to handle the personal whispers off stream as much as possible, just because there's so many other people watching. Alright, so with that, let me go ahead and work this guy's health down a good bit. Oh, the canister's not taking any damage. So it's not bad. You know, overall, I think I'd like the Warlock a lot. It's not a bad class at all. I think this is definitely doable. It's just kind of accounting for the slower amount of damage. I'll just blow up these two. There we go. Blow up this one as well. Oxy says, hey, yo. What's going on, Oxy? Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome back. We are now level 26. So we're doing pretty good. It's slower. It's definitely slower. It's not harder. I think that's still kind of going to be the case for a little while, but it's definitely slower than it is normally with the Hunter. So with that, we'll go ahead and dot this guy up a bit. And like I said, when it comes to doing this quest as a melee, I think this is going to be pretty tough. Because you're going to have to deal with both, wait for the canister to explode. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll probably have more tools to be able to utilize. But it seems like right off the bat it's going to be a little bit tougher for the caster or the melee class. And Drano says, "What's your main?" Drano, I main a Frost DK, and to kind of elaborate further, I'm a little behind, probably more so due to the Iron Man challenge than anything else, just because I've had so much fun doing this challenge. Sorry for the airplane, by the way. Just because I had so much fun doing this challenge, but I think he's 9-10 as far as item level goes, but I haven't done anything as far as Tomb of Sargeras or I did my first timed mythics in about 2 months yesterday. I just did a level 2 to get a feel for it again, and I ran with Queen Veru. If any of you are familiar with her channel, very good channel, very much worth checking out, by the way. Alright, so with that, yeah, this is just going to be one of those quests where you have to Res Sam the entire time. It's going to be a little bit more nerve-wracking when we're doing this in the cave, because what happens in caves and other enclosures is that speed is pretty much everything when you're in a ship or a building or a cave, just because the respawn rate's a little bit higher. And since we're leveling or killing stuff at a slower pace, it's just gonna make things a little bit more messy. So hopefully this cave we have to go into next isn't a absolute nightmare. Hopefully. Conspiracy says, are you going to stream when you're doing Argus? No, not today, Conspiracy. It's just going to be pretty much me and the girlfriend introducing her to Argus and doing the content together as much as possible. So, no, not today. We might do an introductory quest later on in the month, in the afternoon. But for today and tomorrow is pretty much just spending a little bit of time with the girlfriend and getting her caught up on stuff. Alright, so with that, we need 4 more crates. Yeah, 4 more crates and 3 more guys. Gravity says, I've got to go. Alright, Gravity, you have a great rest of the day. I will see you Monday, since we're not streaming tomorrow. We do, for those who are new to the channel, we do take Sundays off just to have a little bit of a rest and allow me to catch up in timestamping all my videos. So that's kind of the reason behind that. Here pretty soon I will be releasing content on Sundays, but it's more or less like the videos of what's going to be coming up next week with the Bloodthirsty Iron Man challenge in the background. So it's not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Jana says, nice, I don't even have a max. My highest is 104 Shaman. Oops. Shaman on the Horde. I can't decide what character I want to main. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm kind of an Altaholic as well, but Legion's kind of curved that tendency this time around. I think it'll become much more easier to become an Altaholic when with 7.3 now. When you ding 110, all of your relic slots are available, and I think you still need to do the entry into, what is it, Broken Isle? Broken Shore. You still need to do that on at least one character, but once you've done it on that one, the rest of your ults don't need to do it, if that makes any sense. Oxid says, excuse me. Oxid said, I died on my first Iron Man run today. Today on stream at level 4. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, see, Oxid, that's kind of what I've been referencing a while back, is that the gameplay of an Iron Man challenge, or the skill set, is not the typical one that you need. You know, like, I think sometimes people think you have to be a Mythic Raider to do this. It's a different set of, oops, that was a bad pull. It's a different skill set. You know, it requires a lot of focus the entire time, as well as being able to plan ahead. So it's a different type of skill set. It says, Jenna, if you enjoy one more than the other, you should stick with that. Yeah, as far as picking a main, I would say just do the one that you enjoy most. That's probably the best way to play the game. I'm going to pick on this guy here after I summon Sam. Right, so with that, oh no, we have respawns here. We'll take care of this one. Jeremy says, well, I really want a mage as my first because I think it has a lot of utilities and does good damage. But I guess the question is, though, which one do you enjoy playing the most? Like, I mean, do you enjoy the gameplay of the mage, or do you prefer a hunter? What's your preference and like, I guess? Alright, so with that, we're going to summon Sam back and turn in all these quests. Which, this is going to lead us to the dangerous part I was warning everyone about a minute ago. We're going to work our way into this cave. It's just a lot of mobs on top of each other, and because of this Warlock swipe ability, I might do away with them. I might pull out the Imp, because I think the cave could be a death trap with the Voidwalker in there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch that now, because I know he's gonna swipe and hit mobs that are just passing by that would otherwise not be aggroable, so I think we'll do it that way. Jano says, I like playing mage, it's enjoyable to me. So yeah, if that's the case, I would say do the mage then. I think that's the biggest thing, just play what you enjoy. You'll find out more people tend to be better at what they enjoy than what's labeled as quote-unquote the best. Michael says, my main is a hunter, has been for a couple years. At the moment, I'm trying all the class hall achievements. I've got through the monk, warrior, priest. Oh, monk, warrior, and priest left to go. Very nice. Jesus. I have a bunch of 110s, but that's really all I can say. A lot of them don't even have their artifact weapon, just because I used the Legion Invasions to level them, just for the sake of professions. But eventually I'll have to go back through and do their quest order hall and whatnot, and I think that guy's going to aggro. Yeah, Sam's swipe here is a little rough to deal with, and here he goes. And these guys hit kind of hard. Fortunately, the drain soul is kind of nice, so we'll run with that for a while. And we'll summon the imp version of Sam now. And it says, how does Warlock compare to the Hunter so far? I enjoy the Warlock, to be honest. I think it's a lot of fun, but there's no comparison when it comes to explosive damage. The Hunter's going to be faster every time. I think the Hunter has a little bit more utility for survival if you're fast enough to hit the buttons, but you know, we have our health zones here that we can use. But I want to say, generally speaking, the main difference between them is probably the speed at which you kill the mobs. I like the Warlock. It's pretty fun so far, but it doesn't have any comparison as far as how fast you kill stuff. Alright, so with that, we'll accept that, and then turn it in here. And this is going to lead us to go further into the cave as well. So that's kind of why we did that first. Let's see, take the, yep. Alright, so the reason I know this, and I'll show you what it is here in a second. The reason I know this is because, one, we've made this mistake many times, and two, Blizzard has a way of sometimes putting mobs on either side of the an entry point, a doorway, a hallway. So you just kind of want to watch out for that. And so we have an Overseer there and one right there. I want to see if I can pick on this guy first. Oops. I did want to put Unstable Affliction on him first. There we go. So the good thing about Drain Soul is you can kind of use yourself as a tank. And there he is. But we'll see how the gameplay changes as I level. I have a hard time thinking that you're going to use yourself as a tank the entire time. I think other utilities will become more useful as you level up, but for now, it's best to use the little imp here. Yeah, and that's a whole nother thing. I see, like it says, a lot of lore, good lores in the class halls. Yeah, there is. And like I said, I made a DK, and it's been fun going through the class stuff so far. I haven't quite gotten to the point where I have my mount yet, just because, if for nothing else, I'm not all too impressed with it, for lack of better terms. It's another Bone Dragon, and to be honest, I kind of like the one from the ICC achievements more. So that's kind of why I haven't progressed too far on that. If I had a monk, I would have long had the mount by now. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and we're going to take out the Overwatchers first, because those guys are the ones that are going to be aggressive. These guys aren't going to mess with us unless we start attacking them. Houston says, I opened a Hunter and started my first Iron Man challenge. Did you? Very nice. Well, welcome to the Iron Man challenge. Are you? I guess since you're doing the Hunter, you're not doing the race, right? But in the rules it says you can't use talents because Legion forces specs. What does that mean? I have a green flag so far. So, Houston, what happens is that when you hit 110, you're automatically given a spec. And let me go ahead and summon Sam while I'm talking about it. So you automatically assign one of these. However, you can't click on anything within the talents tab. I don't even click on the tab itself just because I don't want to accidentally click something and learn one of the talents, because there's no way to undo it. And learning the talents is the same thing as dying. So that's the difference. You have specs, and then within each spec you have talents. And you just can't use those talents. But I know you said you're using a Hunter, but you're more than welcome to join us with the Warlock portion of the race. It's a little bit slower, but the Hunter's a good starting class for the Iron Man challenge, I think. It's just faster, so when you die, you can, you know, more than other classes, get back to where you were at a quicker rate. Alright, so we're just making sure Overseers aren't spawning, and it doesn't look like they are, so I guess I'll use this chance to start killing these peons here. Alright, so Drano says, oh, you got a sub. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for the wave of subs today, as well as all the likes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, especially to everyone who's been participating in chat. That makes it even more the fun. Just being able to go back and forth, talk about Warcraft, and learn stuff. I think I can honestly say I've probably learned something new every day that I've been on stream. Let's see. Let's go ahead and summon Sam once again. And we'll grab this ore. We need to do this 7 more times. Maybe more. Sometimes the ore doesn't quite spawn when it hits the ground. So we'll just do it as many times as it needs. But we need 10 of the ore pieces here. And yeah, I think we're going to have to just resummon Sam every time he dies. Michael Power. Michael, thank you for the subscription. Once again, welcome to the stream. Oops, let's move. There we go. Yeah, so the imp's getting hit with the rock piece there. That's why it's throwing them all over the mine. And we're going to stay right here. Blow this guy up as well. Probably could have respawned Sam, but it's not a big deal. Our drain soul is pretty strong. Victor, thank you for the subscription as well. I appreciate that. Good morning, by the way. So I will try to catch up with chat, guys, just a sec. But the cave here is pretty dangerous. So I'm just trying to get out of here as quickly as possible without making things even more difficult. We're going to have an overseer respawn on us pretty soon over there, so I'm just trying to keep my eye out for that. But I've died before in a cave, and at that time it was a crypt, but the same idea, same concept applies. The enclosed structures tend to respawn a lot faster, and the mobs, of course, are much more condensed, if that makes any sense. So I'm just trying to make sure we do this as quickly as possible. Somebody, Sam, Sneaky says, where can you check on how other people are doing? Sneaky, it is in Discord. The Discord link has a track on how everyone's doing. That's a bunch of overseers there. I guess we'll pull them. But Discord, and then every morning I provide the latest update. But for today, it's definitely going to be outdated. There's people who have leveled already a couple times, but I can put that up while we're in the tunnel here. But the progress so far for those who are participating is on the left hand side. Your Iron Man challenge rules are on the right, and I will try to catch back up with chat as much as possible once I'm out of this cave. Excuse me. Alright, so with that, alright, so now we can focus on the peons once again. There we go. I guess it's more time consuming since it's locked behind Rep 40. Oh, I think we're talking about something else. I think I'm behind, so I'll try to catch back up. Give me 1 second to get out of here. Alright, so we have that going on. Let me summon Sam back. And we'll go ahead and hit this guy pretty hard. Yeah, I figured he was going to hit me with that. 2 more. Or, sorry, 1 more after this. Alright, so with that, see if we can grab one of the peons that are closer to the exit here. Take care of him first so he doesn't aggro onto us. And there we go. Jerry says, are you, can you solo dungeons? Jerry, no sir, you cannot do any sort of dungeon boss killing. Let me go ahead and take down this. But as part of the rules, you can't kill any bosses in a dungeon. So no, we're actually in a cave, and I'm trying to, specifically we're in a mine. I'm trying to work my way out of here. So we'll take care of this guy. Maybe we'll get one of the peons on the outside. Well, we'll grab that guy next. That'll work. Alright, so with that, go ahead and give him some unstable affliction. And we're off. And it says, Q, it says in the rules that you can change specs. Did you know that? Yes, sir. We've actually, I actually started this as Demonology. I've kind of, oops, alright. I've kind of started taking to a liking to the Affliction spec, just because Drain Soul, which you see as casting now, is so strong that it gives us 200% of the damage that it generates. So it just gives us a much more smoother leveling experience. It allows us to recover from hard pulls that much more quickly. But yeah, I very well possibly will change back to Demonology as, oh shit. Okay, here we go. It's getting real now. Alright, so we're going to see if we can sphere one of these guys. I'm going to use my health stone, and we'll see if we can get up at full health. We're going to see if we can, like I said, get up to full health, summon Sam, and get some control over this situation. So give me 1 second here. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's another Overseer spawning. So that's why these caves are so dangerous. Yeah, we're going to pull them. We're just trying to kill stuff as much as possible in order here. So we'll pull out Sam once again. And get some level of control over here. I think it would have been much worse if we had the Voidwalker, because he would have swiped that guy and then this would have just continued on for days. But the Voidwalker has a swiping notion, so whew, let's kind of like breathe again. That was close. There's a point in time when you see your health get low and you see mobs all around you that you're like, is this where I die? Is this actually where it ends? And so that's why I try to avoid going into caves as much as possible, but a lot of times there's just no getting around it. But alright, let me catch back up. Oxy says, yes, I might 0 rep. Okay, you guys are talking about Suramar. And Nell says, Ding 22, congrats Nell. Very nice. Nikki says she did good. Thank you, Nikki. That was a that was our first real close call here. And I knew exactly, I knew that was going to be a close call. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. Alright, so we're going to switch pets. There we go. Viva, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream, by the way. We have just nearly died, I think. I think if we had one more mob on us, that would probably have been unrecoverable. I had to use a fear, had to use a Hellstone. I don't know if too many other options I had. Chaotic says, hi, Kuhn. Scott says, good morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Chaotic. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, guys. We're going to take this air balloon here in a second. For this air balloon, we're going to wait till the peon takes off again. That way we can, one, dismiss our pet, because the pet, for some odd reason, doesn't follow us. And so we'll dismiss Sam, and I think we're going to have to summon him again once we're up there. Actually, we don't have to dispawn him, because we can summon him even if he's with us. So we'll just see if the imp actually follows us up there. Alright, so with that, let's see, trying to click this actually is difficult, so get some health back. Put another dot on him. Put some damage on this thing. Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of being a class that has a pet, is that a lot of times those pets are pretty crucial to the leveling process. And Martin, thank you for a subscription. They're pretty crucial to the leveling process. So when you can't have them, or that bugs out where you can't spawn on them, it's just that much more difficult. So normally we get a parachute when we jump, or when we're knocked off the parachute. So knocked off of the air balloon, should I say. Hopefully we don't land on a pack of mobs kind of close to that guy, but I think we can. He's level 27, so he might see us. No, he didn't. We're good. Okay, Martin, sorry about that. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Thank you for the subscription. So we did survive that. That was a little bit of a nail biter on my end. You guys might be fine, but I can feel my hands sweating. Oxy says, "Yep, but I meant just by ignoring flying Legion. I think you guys are talking about Legion stuff, so I'm a little behind on that part of the conversation." Scott says, "Made it to 18 on my Human Warlock. Very nice." So Scott's also doing the Warlock Ironman challenge for this month. So 18 is pretty good, actually. I've only made it to what, 20? Oops. All right, we aggroed that guy. I'm gonna keep running just because I don't want to deal with him. That goes against my grain normally, but for today I think it'll be all right just to outrun him. But yeah, congrats on level 18, by the way. Viva says that cave was hell in vanilla. Well, if it was hell today, actually, I think I got a little lucky with the timing of the respawns and mobs. It could have gone a lot worse. But I'm going to grab this fight path here. So that's that. And I'm going to set my Hearthstone, because there's been a time where I forgot to set my Hearthstone, and then I ended up using the Hearthstone and ended up in Darkshore somewhere. So let's see. Do that. And let me turn in this quest here. This should unlock more quests. There we go. So halfway to 28. And he doesn't have any quests. We have 1 or 2 more outside. And let's see. Let's talk to her here. Alright, so we need to recover the 4 different types of mechanized equipment. But for now, let me go ahead and... the bags are full of junk. Let me clear those out real quick. Let's see. Hudson says, I did every second grinding rep for Nightfall. It's like Tanan. A lot of it came kind of naturally for me, just because I did the dailies quite a bit, so it didn't bother me all too much. But that's Soulbound, so we'll sell that. I guess we'll keep the ring. Sometimes the rings sell for a lot, sometimes they don't. It's really hit or miss with them if you're throwing them up on the auction house. So it's at least worth giving it a shot, I suppose. No health potions. There's our silk cloth. We have shoulders again. Same amount of armor though. We'll keep them just for transmog purposes. We might use those later. Speaking of which, I don't think there's a vendor here for clothies. So okay. All right. So with that, we'll talk about the rested XP. You guys can have any amount of rested XP. You know, it will give you some level of an advantage, but just for me, in the sake of making the Ironman challenge as engaging and as immersive as possible, every time I log out, I don't do it in an inn or in a city. I think we did it only once in the past 65 episodes that we've done this. So, but it has been 3 hours, so we're gonna wrap it up for today here. I'm going to put the Ironman challenge rules on the right and the YouTube challengers on the left. If you guys want to, it's the weekend. Feel free to check out Discord. Join us with the Ironman, the Warlock race in September. Let me catch up with chat. Now it says hit 23. Very nice. Good morning. Dark Steven game. Dark Steve game. Good morning. Welcome. Sorry that you're coming right toward the end, but grats now. And Sneaky says no one enjoyed it, to be honest. The grinding thing. Let's see. Viva says, I'm one of those who did private servers mostly, to be honest. Legion became too boring, but this is interesting. Well, thank you, Viva. I appreciate that. And thank you, everyone, for the wave of likes, the wave of subscriptions, and most importantly, everyone that's been kind of just participating in chat. It's really fun to do that. So we'll be picking up Monday. We take Sundays off just to have a day to for me to catch up on my material and then give everybody a little bit of a rest. So we will be back bright and early Monday morning. In the meantime, feel free to give the Ironman Challenge a shot. It's you'll probably find it's a little bit more fun than you expected. Like I said, I did it just haphazardly one day, and that was 2 months ago, and here we are 6 Ironmans later doing it again. Black Orange, thank you for the subscription, by the way. And good morning. Sorry it's coming right at the end of the stream, though. Thor says, oops, Alex says, hello from Ukraine. Well, hello from the southern region of the U.S., Alex. Thanks for stopping by. Like I said, sorry you guys are seeing this right toward the end of the stream, but we do this every day. So if you weren't able to catch me today, I'll be back Monday and all through the rest of the week. And we'll probably do some extended streams next week. There we go. Dark Steve Gaming, thank you for the subscription as well, sir. Appreciate that. And good morning again. Thor says, how long did it take you to reach your current level in total? Let's log back in. That's a good question. I'll do that. We are wrapping it up, but I try to stay involved with chat as much as possible. Dark says, I'm in Australia and it's night. Oh, very nice. Oh, by the way, that's been another question. Do you have to be on North American or EU server? It does not matter which region you're on. I'm on North American servers. Keithy, who's actually leading it, is on EU server, so it doesn't matter whatsoever. So our slash play time for this character is 9 hours, 59 minutes, and 23 seconds. So by the time we log out, it'll be right at 10 hours for level 27. If that kind of gives you an idea, Thor. And Chaotic says, whoop, I timed it perfectly, second in a row. Chaotic, I'm sorry, man. Oh, man, I feel so bad. I remember you popping in yesterday, I think it was, so. We'll be back. We'll be back. Like I said, we do this 6 days a week. We take Sunday off, so I will see you guys Monday morning. So you guys just have a great rest of the day as well as a great weekend. And feel free at any time. I'll be in Discord on and off throughout the weekend. So if you want to jump in the Ironman Challenge and join us, you are more than welcome to do so. So you guys be safe. You have a great rest of the weekend, and I will see you Monday morning. You guys take care.